Hello, this is Milton Baker inviting you to listen to NASCAR Racing right here on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Only do things incredible can, cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
There we go. That's a whole lot better. Yeah.
Sorry, JP. Hunter takes 2 days off and he forgets all the buttons to press.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Wait a minute. He's already having a bad day.
He was supposedly he had a good night last night, I would say. Hunter, did you have a good day?
It was pretty nice last night, but people just don't know how to drive in the rain. That's all I gotta
People
say.
don't know how to drive in the rain. Well, poor Hunter. Well, good morning, everybody. Saturday morning sports talk brought to you by Friendship, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram of Forest City, and Friendship Nissan of Forest City. General Manager Thomas Borgello, 156 Oak Street Extension and 190 Oak Street Extension, 828-245-1661 and 828-919. Thomas, the last four numbers there on the Friendship Chrysler top one.
The last number?
Just give the whole number there again.
Okay, Friendship Nissan is 828-245-1661. Get you a Nissan Rogue, pretty cool looking car. And then again, Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram, phone number 828-919-3001. And I'll tell you, somebody at work had a tan Gladiator, but it probably didn't come from Friendship because it had a Virginia tag on there. Evidently, somebody wrecked their car, and somehow they got their rental car as a Jeep Gladiator. I want to know how to do that, Terry, because if that's true, I'm going to go wreck one of my cars and put it in the shop and get me a Jeep Gladiator.
What they wreck, a Lamborghini?
That's what I was wondering. I said, ain't that one heck of a rental vehicle right there?
Well, I guess you can rent whatever you want. You got the right type of insurance or coverage or
Well, Tom, all I know is I got up this morning, and I went, and I always peek out my window, and I don't see my car sitting out there yet. So,
Terry, they're not.
I was like, "What?"
Terry, if you want a car, you have to pay for it. This is not a Bernie Sanders world we live in here. If you want something, you got to pay for it. So, go see our friends at Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Again, that's 828-919-3001 or Friendship Nissan. You call them at 828-245-1661. Both of them on Oak Street Extension in Forest City. The Dodge place is 190 Oak Street Extension. The Nissan place, 156 Oak Street Extension. Thank you for sponsoring Saturday Morning Sports Talk.
Yep. All right, guys, we got tons of things to talk about today. We've got NBA Finals. We've got MLB playoffs and the National League and American League Championship Series, our hometown, well, not hometown, but our radio network affiliate. We are the Braves affiliate here in this area. We've got the Braves in the championship. Hunter, have you been alive since they've been there?
Yeah, it was 19 years ago, I think.
Okay. So,
but I was little.
Yeah. You still had diapers?
No, I think I was 6. If I'm doing the math, right, I was 5 or 6.
So you still had diapers?
Nope.
Okay.
San Diego didn't challenge Los Angeles very much, so did they, Terry?
No, it wasn't. And Tom, Hunter, when was you born?
96.
96. So, okay. I understand how come the hat means so much to you in 95.
He didn't
I didn't see it.
He didn't even bring it in today.
Terry, is that a Michigan hat you're wearing?
Yes. I was waiting for you to see if this troll had caught your attention yet.
Yeah.
But he's always trashing the Big Ten. He just doesn't trash Ohio State.
Right.
He trashes the Big Ten.
So I didn't know if Hunter. I was about to ask Hunter because Hunter can't see the other side of the hat. I was about to ask Hunter if he knew what kind of hat Terry was wearing today.
Yeah.
Where did you get a Michigan hat?
It was a gift.
He probably ordered that online.
Right.
Just for this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm 100% sure. Don't
I
you
just
think?
thought it was a golf hat.
So
No.
let me get this straight. Cleveland beats Dallas. Should have beat them worse than they did. And he wears a Michigan hat.
Wrong answer to that.
Yeah. He's in here trolling about Michigan. Yes, Tom. Who hasn't beat Ohio State in I don't know how many decades.
Yeah, like 14 years.
So Terry takes the shots that he takes, Hunter.
Gotta respect it.
He'll keep his shots. Well, these boys are enjoying some breakfast
He
right
takes
now.
the shots that he can, but he can't aim very well. But anyway,
He's bringing a knife to a gunfight over here.
Yes, Mitchum's Kitchen. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich today. Terry, I do appreciate you bringing that in this morning.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm here.
Hunter, what is that biscuit?
I think it's a chicken and egg biscuit.
And Terry?
I had bacon, egg, grits, and toast.
JP, I ain't got your camera working right this second, but what are you eating on in there?
That'd be great to know because Terry hasn't given it to me yet.
Hit the top EXT up there. That's the one.
Oh.
That lets us hear it.
Here's some grits
Terry
in
hasn't
there,
given it to me yet. Like I'm the waitress.
Terry
I gotta
hasn't given
take
it
it
to
to him now. You hear that?
Yeah.
No. I didn't say you had to bring it to me. I just haven't gotten it yet. I
this
come in there and
JP's
get
food.
it, but usually it's in here waiting for me when I get here. So I mean,
JP, I'm going to bring you your food, bud.
okay, thank you, Tom.
JP, does Terry is Terry the pretty or ugliest waitress you've ever had?
Choose. Yeah,
Never mind,
choose
Tom's the
wisely.
waitress.
I'm not going to answer the question.
Terry was a delivery
Because,
boy. I
to
guess
be
Tom's
honest,
the waitress.
I'm more honest than I am truthful, so
Whoa.
might not be exactly the best thing for me
What
to
does
answer
that
the question.
mean?
Did he just say he's more honest than he is truthful?
Yeah, what does that mean, Tom? You're an
I don't know.
educator.
What that means is he's probably qualified for a presidential debate.
What
'cause he
is
didn't
that?
answer the
What
question.
kind of words was words
How
scrambled?
would you
JP,
was
go
that?
ahead and,
that's
if
not-
I
that's
was
not
in
a
a
thing,
presidential
okay?
debate,
Well-
guys,
Well,
I would not make any promises.
all right. So we've said we got NBA finals, NFL. We've got predictions. We've got college football predictions and to go over scores. We've got what else I missed? Seems like I missed something. NASCAR. We're at the Roval this weekend in the rain. This may be the greatest, most entertaining race in the history
Are they racing and in the rain?
of the sport. Yes, Terry. Road tracks always race in the rain.
So dumb.
They've never actually had a whole NASCAR race in the rain. They've done testing and time
Here we
trials and
go
stuff
again.
like that.
The race that makes you in or out, and
Right.
here we are.
It is.
They're going to postpone it till Monday.
I
There's
have
no way.
never been so
They're not gonna-
excited.
they're not
no,
gonna run
Tom.
that race, Terry.
Yes, they do.
They're not
They,
gonna run
they
that
will do
race.
it. That is the rules.
No.
Now
they're not
now they do have slight rules that if there's puddling, or like basically waves coming down, that where the water's not being funneled right, they can stop the race. Obviously, if it lightens, they'll stop the race and things like that. But
There's
for the
all
most
kind of
part,
thunderstorms coming tomorrow and
Yeah.
a lot of rain.
they plan to talk about that. So
Yeah, it's probably more than likely gonna get postponed.
Yesterday,
It's
we
coming
brought-
off that.
Yesterday,
storm.
we broadcast live out at the Cleveland Community College Yetis tournament and golf tournament. It was a fun day. Had a lot of groups out there, and we had a good time. Great weather. It missed it a little bit for about 5 minutes one time, but other than that, it was just overcast and nice, good weather. And I want to thank Andre and Jason. And Gene, he stopped by and helped out the first part of the broadcast just to talk about the program and get it out. And I met some other folks over there. And we do got some extra, I don't know if y'all noticed, some Yeti swag up here on the walls. Some Yeti fans. There's one behind Terry's head and Tom's head and Hunter's head. Let's see if I can, for the folks watching at home. Terry might be blocking his. Terry, your head is blocking yours. There's the Yeti head back there. And then Hunter's and then, of course, Tom there with his. But, yeah, had a nice turnout. We did not play well in the front nine, played well in the back nine, and so we did not compete for the championship yesterday. So we just had a good time and a couple of brews, I guess, for the adults in the area. Let's see. Let me think about anything else. Oh, we've got some beautiful fruit baskets here, and we've got to make a decision, guys. So I was called after the tournament, and we won a fruit with these fruit baskets.
What is that?
Not one, but what happened was Andre won the silent auction. Now, Andre hasn't paid for them yet, and I went and got them and brought them back, and I told him, I was like, I don't know if they're going to make it to Monday, Andre. If you, yeah. So, these are Andre's fruit baskets that he won the silent auction. They were, of course, raising money to help build their fields over there. They're building a softball field and a baseball field, and they've got cross country and they are recruiting from around the area, local kids that they do recruit those. If if you're good enough, you want to play locally, they'll recruit them. And Hunter, we found out, people will think, well, junior college roster 20, 25 people. It's like 50.
Yeah, no, we
60.
found out it's
like a
pretty
football
big.
roster. Had no idea how all that works, but so they do recruit. Terry, you've got some folks over there. I think a girl from West Lincoln just
Ashley
signed.
Ryan.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
to play over there.
And Tom, I can't remember if he remembers because there's some from Burns. That was on the
some of the
team
baseball players.
That was
playing up there in that game that me and you did up there at Cleveland,
well, I didn't do a game.
but softball game.
Tom,
Softball
I don't
game.
know if Tom knows where he's at right now.
No.
I think he's
I
lost.
think
Terry,
he, I
one
think he
of 'em-
slept since
One of them's
then.
totally lost.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Terry, press the on
I
button.
got in. I got into the NASCAR results. I
on
was looking
Tommy
at
the
that, I'm
Robot
sorry.
over there.
For Birds, we had Mara Pendleton out there was playing, and Olivia Bridges, who was a graduate, came back and played. So, yeah, we've had some good representation of Burns.
I remember
on
doing
this team.
the games for the Shelby Post 82. Both of those girls playing for Post 82, and both of them are really good ball players. So for our first break, I've got to tell a little. Ask Terry about some questions. Now this one isn't the big one. Terry, this is a ruling I had a question about the other day for you guys. I don't know if it's a procedural thing or not. If a kid passes second and he has to go back to first on a tag out, he has to tag second, go back to first, right? What is the rule if you tag home? Do you have to tag home again, or do you just run back to
It's
third?
like any other base.
Sure is.
So in that game, I don't know if Terry, is that a umpire call, or does our coach have to appeal it?
Depends on what the league rules are.
That's why I'm asking, because I think that happened during the game Thursday night at home. You remember there was a fly ball to our shortstop, and he ended up catching it, and the kid had already ran home and scored. Well, of course, everybody says, run back, run back. Well, he just took off. He didn't tag home play. He went straight to third, and our kid threw it into left field, and then he scores anyway.
Yep.
So I'm not out there to appeal, and I didn't know if that was a coach needed to appeal, or is that a he missed it and that's just our too bad type thing.
There's the question that you're asking, because it's up to the coach to make sure. It's like missing
Right.
bases.
That's
up
what
to
I
him.
texted him, but he didn't get it in time.
I'm not gonna sit there and tell a coach that kid missed second.
Right.
That kid missed third. And in the same game, a kid from the other team missed second and third, and nobody said nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And those are things that happen. Even when I was doing a state tournament, when we call time, if the kid on running from first to second goes over the hash mark,
Yep.
then they got to stay at second. They cannot go back if they miss first.
Yep.
The play's already dead. If the other coach wants to appeal it and do what he's got to do to appeal the play, he's got to know. We cannot tell him.
Yeah, I tried to tell him.
You know.
I told him after the game, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the rule. I wasn't 100% sure on home plate if there was just some type of different rule
Same thing
or
on any of
not.
them.
So
Like
I didn't know if you
Thompson.
know
It's any
retag
other
home.
base. It's like a lot of people say if a ball, like you'll see it hit and hits right down and hits the plate and then bounce into the field of play. And
Now-
I've had more
now
than one
also-
coach say that's a foul. Hit the
Yeah.
plate.
Now also
No.
with that though, at what point after he tags home is he considered out of the baseline or give himself up over
you can
there as well?
reestablish. You reestablish your base.
Mhm.
You can
No,
reestablish.
no. What I'm saying is that once he tagged home, and
He goes into
let's
the
say he
dugout.
runs over to the door of the dugout, don't go in.
He's got to go in the dugout.
And then okay, I just want to know if his back's turned to the plate. What's that?
There's all kind of plays. That's like
Right.
in that game also, they had a batter, and I even told the other coach, tell your batter don't throw the bat out in the field.
Which is hard to do.
Which
for
is,
kids.
well, I'm just saying, yeah, it is.
For 8-year-olds.
But for a coach pitch
Right.
in North Carolina, if you throw your bat out there and the ball hits it, you're out. It's the same thing as you being in fair territory and the ball hitting you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But so a lot of people don't. I mean, the specific rules, a lot of people do not know them.
Well, right. Our head coach doesn't know any of them. Like he doesn't know anything about baseball. He's there to coach his son and be a good dad and everything. And I'm there to tell him the rules and stuff. And I knew I knew that you had to tag the basket, but I just didn't know the procedural of like at home, tag the bag, umpire standing right there. I'm like, I don't know, Matt, if you needed to appeal. I texted him to appeal just in case. He just didn't get it in time. Yeah, that was just that was the only question I had for that one. And let me think about anything else. I don't think
the rule in North Carolina, or not just North Carolina, but the rule in the rule book for what you talked about, Terry, is the batter is responsible for his bat.
Right.
It says that.
So
the batter is responsible for his bat. That's
this
a
is
baseball
another. This
rule.
is another small, and this isn't just in the game. Any games this week or any other time. This is just in general. The 3 or 4 years I've been watching this. One thing I don't like about the kids baseball thing is that how we get a lot of the runs scored based on errors, and there's no element to call time in some leagues. Some leagues there are, like the T-ball there are. So one of the rules in this one is if the runner's running, the play's still going. So
Unless you're in front of the lead runner.
we've had so this is what happened the other night, Hunter, and you can call it what it is or whatever. And it's happened more. It happens all every team we play. But they've realized that our kids are young and cannot throw and catch the ball. So our first baseman had the ball, Hunter. So it gets by him, right? The kid hits the ball. We throw it away. Our first baseman runs it into the infield. He is standing 5 feet inside first base. The kid, when he tags second, the coach yells, "Score."
Mm-hmm.
Our first baseman is holding the ball, and the coach yells, "Score." Now, we talk about the, types of baseball we do. Let's not throw sidearm and this and that. But at no level, from middle school to high school, Tom, have you ever seen a kid with a first baseman holding the ball say, "Score" from second base? That's not baseball. So our kid, what did he do? He threw it in the left field. The third baseman picked up, threw it by the catcher. So they hit a ball 10 feet and got a home run. That probably happens to us 5-6 times a game. We probably give up 50, 60 runs like that. And they're just so young. They can't do it. We got 2 kids that can throw and catch. But I don't know if there should be a rule, whether it's time, but whether if the kid's got the ball in the infield, maybe only advance 1 base as opposed to 4.
Got to be in front of the lead runner, and he's not in front of the lead runner.
Well, I know that's the rule. I'm saying as a sportsmanship type thing is the question.
The big deal here.
Like, Coach, my first baseman has the ball. Well, no. Here's the thing, Terry. This is a sportsmanship question, not a rule. The sportsmanship thing on it is my first baseman has the ball, and you told him to score from second. So you're assuming my team's going to mess up. Not
that's what you're saying.
Not you're assuming that we're going to beat a throw. Like, here comes a throw home. Go, go, go. That's not it. You're assuming my team's going to mess up so bad that you can score from second. And then, I know this isn't, I don't know the exact rule. I'm guessing you can't have so many on this side of second base. This team ran a shift on us. Did you see the shift?
Mm-hmm.
I guess they can't come across second, but they put their shortstop or second right on the second base line every time. So our kids who can't hit it 15 feet already, the coach is running them when we have the ball in the infield because he knows we can't throw and catch it. The president of our league has already told us we have to throw and catch it or they will not call us out. I don't know how they do it at West Lincoln. We were told we can't tag runners, Tom. Now, we'll get to that silliness in a little bit. So that's the plan, is let's just run them and hope your kids mess up. And I'm not sure. And so, again, he's running a shift. So if our kids do hit it, they've got 4 people on one side of the field. And I know, let's go backside. Hunter, does Freddie Freeman go backside? He has to hit against the shift, and he's one of the best hitters in baseball. And we want our 5-year-olds to go backside on that.
Well, what I'd say there is if you modify rules, you're trying to either increase participation. That's
Right.
like courtesy run a rule or something. Or you're trying to maintain integrity of the game.
Mm-hmm.
When you have rules that take away from the integrity of the game, such as you can't tag a runner or you can't run and go tag the base, I really don't understand what you're trying to do. Like, I understand like a courtesy runner rule. I understand like designated hitter for any player you want, how we modify rules in youth baseball. But if you're going to modify rules, why are you taking away from the integrity of the game?
The only difference, and this is me, as many as I've done, if you take T-ball and they got a circle out there for the kid that's in it, we're trying to teach the kids to throw to first base because that's your best player most of the time in T-ball, your pitcher.
Right.
And if it's hit back to him, they're trying to teach him to throw to first, not underhanded, but throw to first base where your first baseman's learning to catch. He's learning to throw instead of him running a runner down, running to first. If he's in the circle, if he catches it outside the circle, he can run them down. See what I'm saying? And that circle's pretty big, but I mean, you know.
I see what you're saying, but to me, I've seen players at higher levels that pitcher just takes that ball himself. I mean, I've seen
he does. They do.
And
we
I've seen
had a shortstop tag
him,
second, and they told him he had to throw it to the second baseman, Terry.
And I've also seen like go 4 or 5 steps and just
We had a shortstop
underhand
tag
it.
second base on a force out, and he said he had to throw it to the second baseman.
Oh,
See, that
didn't
caught
happen-
him safe.
Okay, that didn't happen over there.
No,
That's
I'm just
that's-
telling you the silliness that I'm dealing with right now.
You're taking away from the integrity of the game. And Kevin and I talked about it for a long time. I just don't understand why you're going to make rules like that. Now that kid has to remember to throw the ball. And I understand what you're saying. Well, when he's 15 years old, he's going to have to, and he's in a varsity game or whatever,
They're
he's going to have
6
to
and
do that.
7.
But yeah, exactly. They're 6 and 7. And as young men progress, rules get different, but I don't understand that rule at that stage of their.
But it comes back to the coach. If the coach is out there and the runner comes running in like first, like we was talking about on this other play, if he never throws it, he's going to cut that runner off anyway. That's probably one of the best players on the team over on first. So if he just comes straight on in, he's going to cut that runner. That runner hadn't even barely rounded second on his way to
So,
third.
Hunter, you
I
think-
do remember that
Do you
play.
think it's good sportsmanship running a shift and running players from second, knowing our little 6 and
Well, let
7
me
year olds
tell
are going
you
to throw it
about-
away?
I think they're 6 and
Well,
7. You know,
listen
some
to me.
people just taking it too serious.
Listen to me. Let
I
me
was
tell
like,
you something.
what is going on out here?
I have seen coaches who go out there and they're going to drill you. They know it's 7 runs an inning, and we play 5. I had a coach question what I was doing the other day because I said we play 5 innings. Really, Coach Pitch goes 6 innings. And in the bottom of the 6, if I'm down 20-1, I can score 19 runs and tie this game up when I can't score but 7 every other inning.
Right.
So those are rules that are in there, but we don't play 6, so we play 5. I tell them we're playing 5. So I'm not getting in that. I'm going to score a ton of runs in the bottom of the 6 to tie this game up.
That's funny. Tommy mentions that because the incident I'm going to bring up happened in the 6th inning. Terry, have you or Tom ever had a crew chief, not an umpire, okay, not someone on the field, throw a coach out of a baseball game?
I've not had that. I've had.
Have you ever been standing behind
crew
home
chief
plate,
come
Terry?
and yank 2 umpires in
Terry,
a ball game?
have you? Terry, have you ever had whoever's in charge of you while you're humping home? You have not said a word to any coaches. You've not talked to any of them about any problems. Come over and say, Mister, telling you at home plate, Terry, throw that coach out. He's ejected, and hasn't said a word to you about why.
No, the question with that, and I'm not saying who it is and what it is. If I am the head and it's my guys over here, I'm going to watch it. And then after the game, the first 2 people I'm talking to is my 2 umpires. Because I'm talking to the one who's at home because he's the head guy. I'm going to speak to him and say, this is what you should have done. I'm not interfering with that game. That's not my game.
Have you ever seen a whoever's running a tournament or field interfere in a game actually make a call, Terry? He made a dead ball call. The umpires missed, the play where you appeal if it went off his feet or no, I'm sorry. That one wasn't that one. It hit the pitcher. And they let him play. Nobody appealed or said anything.
It's automatically dead.
But neither umpire said anything and neither coach said anything. Is that not an appeal thing if they miss it again, right? If the umpires missed that play. He called it from outside the fence. He called time, stopped the game, and told them the play.
He should not be involved in that game. Maybe in between innings,
Right.
maybe call the guy back there to him at the fence.
100%. Hey guys, y'all
missed that one.
I've umpired. I've played. I've coached. I know all the procedures. So here's what's going on. Let's see. There's a coach that's keeping score on the side, who's basically the hitting coach, who is the number 2 in charge, who is there to tell the kids, hey, put your elbows up, whatever. Hey, you're next to bat. And the other thing he does is picks up every bat the kids lay down after they hit. Now, Terry, as an umpire, do you want to pick up the bats?
I do. I prefer not to, but I do quite a lot.
Do you want the catchers to go chasing bats?
No.
Okay.
They should never be doing
Is
that.
it helpful when the coach on the side comes and gets the bats?
It's fantastic.
Would you rather have them standing in the dugout waiting for you to bring them the bat?
Well, I've had that happen to me quite often too.
But is that what you want is what I'm asking.
No, because
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what happens on most of that,
Yeah.
and this is nothing about it. But a lot of times when I'm taking the bat back over to them, they're already pitching the next pitch.
Or you
know,
hit a kid,
yeah, I mean,
walks
you know.
into it. Yeah. But anyway, so our coach is picking the bat up between bats. This is the 6th inning of a ball game. Walking back, his son is standing at the batter's box, but there is no batter's box because they don't draw the batter's box
Yeah,
in
we
this
have
league.
them up at ours. Yeah.
I know. I noticed that. They don't have a batter's box, Tom. So now remember, this same coach has picked up 40 bats already today. This same coach has also asked the umpire 4 or 5 times, can I draw the line? Because some of our kids, because on their bat speed, either bat at the front or the back of it. Some of them get on the plate. We got a lefty who swings dead inside. And if you don't stand on the plate, he won't hit it.
Yeah.
So when I walk by, my son stands at the plate and says, Daddy, where do you want me to stand? I hit him on the head, said, back up 2 steps. I love you. Walked off. I walked to the dugout, stood at the dugout, turned around to watch the play. All of a sudden, I hear, Mr. Umpire, tell that coach to get his butt back in the dugout. I turned around like, what just happened? And I saw the guy standing there. I was like, well, I guess he said it, but I didn't. What's he talking about? So I didn't say nothing. Haven't said a word to him. So Austin gets up ready to hit, and I didn't get in the dugout because the umpire didn't say anything. So I took a couple steps towards it, and he turns around and says, tell him to get in the dugout. And he turns around and says, you got to get in the dugout. And I said, why? He goes, because he told me, because he said so. I said, did I do anything wrong? He said, I have no idea why he said it. I said, okay. So turn around, walk back dugout. That was it. That's the interaction with me and the umpire. The whole rest of the day, like I said, I was picking up bats. Thank you, sir. Can I stand my kids here? So then inning ends, inning's over. We're sitting there, the players are on the field. I look over there, and the umpires have walked by back to talk to them, like you said, between ends. This would be a good time to question and not interrupt the game. Hey, why do I got to stand over here? So I walk over there. Now, Terry, the umpires are on the field. The president is behind the fence, and I'm behind the fence too. So I walk over there, and I was like, hey, guys, why do I got to stand in the dugout? Is there something wrong? He goes, you can't be out there with those other coaches. You can't coach that kid right there. I said, I can't coach my son? He said, you can't be out there telling him what to do. I said, what? I said, I picked the bat up, and he said, where to stand. He said, you can't do that. I said, why? He said, there's 3 coaches out there. There's a third base coach, a pitcher, and a first base coach. If any of them want to tell him where to stand, they can do it, but you can't. I said, why? You're the scorekeeper. You need to be over there in the dugout. I said, I was picking the bat up. My son asked. He said, I'm not arguing with you. I said, but you're wrong about this. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're not even umpiring. He said, get over in the dugout. I said, you're not the umpire. I didn't do anything wrong. He said, you're out of here.
From outside the fence.
From outside the fence, the president. I did not cuss. I did not raise my voice. I didn't call him a name. Terry, have you ever thrown anybody out that did not cuss you, call you a name, disrupt the field, or anything? All I said was, you're wrong. You're not the umpire. And I said, you can't eject me. You're not the umpire. He said, I'm the president, and I'll do what I want. Again, did not cuss, did not raise my voice, did not do anything. So then we started arguing about why you don't have any power to throw me out of this game right now because I didn't do anything. Well, I know the rules. He said, you're getting out of here. He said, well, I'm going to call the police. So you're going to call the police? He said, you got to go. Okay, I'm not moving. He turned around, looked at the umpires. He goes, you guys, he's been ejected. He's got to go. And he turned around and walked off. I said, you're standing right here next to me. Don't turn around and be. This is when the name calling started. One name. I went back to the future on him. I said, don't be a big old chicken and tell them to eject me. You're standing right here next to me. He turned around and said, you need to leave, sir. I said, I didn't do anything. I'm not leaving. So I'm outside the fence already, Terry. I'm not even on the field. So I'm standing there next to, again, let's start this. We had 12 people there to watch my kids play because of the death in my family. Yeah. He is standing there, not knowing that he's in the middle of all 12 of them, arguing with me about this. So then I say, I'm not leaving. This is the last inning. I'm standing here and watching this game. He said, you got to go to the parking lot. I said, I can't see from the parking lot. He said, you got to go to the parking lot. I said, you are not the umpire. He said, if you don't leave, I'm calling the police. I said, what did I do? He said, I tell you what, if you don't leave, I'm kicking you and your children out of this league and calling the police. He said, I'm kicking you and your children out. Now, remember, Terry, what started this? I tapped my son on the head and told him to back up in the batter's box. And now this guy is threatening to throw me in a cage. He don't know if my family's there. What's he going to do, call DSS on my children because I told my kid to stand in the batter's box? Who's taking them home, Dodo? Brought up the children, Terry. I'm kicking your children out of the league. So this is when I did lose my cool. I yelled at everyone on the field. I said, attention, everyone. Attention, everyone. The president of the league just threatened to throw my children out of the league because I told my son where to bat in the batter's box. And everybody just kind of stops and looks back at it. He says, get out of here. And I said, no. And I walked by him and I yelled it again. It's the exact same words. He's threatened to throw our children out for standing in the batter's box. Y'all have a good game. This is in the 6th inning. We are winning our first game, Terry, by 4 runs. The only game of the year. And he started this mess over me telling my son where to bat in the batter's box. And he got pissy because I told him he was wrong and didn't have the authority to throw me out of this game when he's not an umpire. And I didn't do anything wrong. Now, that's the story. I don't know what you've been told or what you've heard. That's the exact thing that happened. I told my coach that story. He didn't even see it. He's at third base. He talked to the guy and he said, well, he told me the same thing. I'm like, I know. That's what happened. So now, after threatening to kick my kids out of the league, do I come back and play there next year? Do I even come back Tuesday? Because then also he called our coach and said, hey, he can't be on the field anymore in coaching. Again, over the fact my kid was in the batter's box and I told him where to stand between batters. Now, do I come back Tuesday? Now, here's the thing. We started this league, Terry. His team, he's the president, coach, and umpire. His team's got 13 kids. Our team has 11. One of them quit. I have 2 kids. How many kids can you start a game with, Terry?
It depends. Yeah, over at our league, if you come with 7, we're going to let you play with your 7.
Guess what? Y'all going to be playing 7 on 13 this year.
You know.
Because am I supposed to bring my kid back out and we play his team Tuesday? Am I just going to drop my kids off and let this jackwagon be in control of my children?
Wait a minute. You got to play the president of the
Yes.
team. Oh,
and I've been banned from coaching, and all I did was tell my son where to stand. Now, what are you supposed to do as a dad, coach, or whatever in any of that?
This sounded like when he told me the story, it sounded like does the beef go back?
I've never talked to this guy.
That's what he said. It didn't make any sense.
Ever.
Like, I could see that happening if there's a long-standing he said.
We've never
she
been
said
warned
thing.
about coaches doing anything, Terry. We've had you've refed our games.
Yeah.
Our guys, listen, you talk about people being nice. Are our guys any nicer?
You cannot be no nicer than your guys are. I'm
Does
just
anybody
being
on our
honest.
team argue with the
No.
uff or say anything bad or anything?
The only thing that they might come and ask us, and this is how they do it. Look, I'm learning this. Can you tell me what happened there? That's how they do it.
Matt doesn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm there to just say, hey, Matt, this is the rule. Appeal this. Hey, Matt, this is the rule. And then he kicks me out. So they definitely don't know. They're out there blind right now. And you know why I'm holding the scorebook? If you want to say, well, you're just the scorekeeper. Well, guess what? Guess who's the one that knows how to use the scorebook? Yeah. So we're going to give it to somebody that don't know how? I mean, come on. This is just silly. And if I had cussed somebody or gotten someone's face or did anything on the field, I probably did something wrong. Did not raise my voice until he threatened my children. And that's when it come out.
First of all, and as I'm sitting here and I'm in here with you and any people on television, this bothers you, and I understand that a lot.
You want to coach your children.
You know what I'm saying? And I can understand him turning around, and it's not his place. It's the head umpire's place that's on the field. This is how he learns, and that's how I teach my guys. You are over this. If I mention something to you, look, I'm not in your game. I'm just going to come and maybe say something if you mess up on something. Hey, don't let this happen again. But I'm going to do it with me and them 2 umpires standing at that fence, and I'm not going to be loud. I'm just going to tell them, and then I'm going to walk away like no big deal. I was up there just to speak to something. But on the other hand, it's his place, that umpire who is the head umpire, to do it. But now I have been in places that I have seen a head umpire chief come and toss two guys out that were on the field. And the reason being he did this because somebody had scheduled him, which it should have been this older guy should have done it, but he didn't schedule him. But they put two guys on the field in a coach pitch game that did not know the rules. They had never done coach pitch. And they were out there calling it different ways.
These rules aren't anywhere close to the rules
That's
of baseball.
what I'm saying. It's totally different. And he yanked both of them. And I'm going to tell you what happened on this. They come into the dugout where we was at. The rest of us umpires, we had our own little space. They come in there, and he looks at me, and he said, Terry, will you go to field too? And I said, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not thinking anything is wrong.
Right.
I grab my
You just
stuff.
go umpire.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. He goes, they're in the fifth inning. I'll pay you for it. I said, okay. I grab my stuff. He says, Shep will be with you here in a minute. Shep's another older guy. Me and him both said, we'll go get it. We've done it. So we and him jump out there. We finish it. We come back. Next thing I know, the two umpires he tossed are mad at us for doing it. Well, we never knew what was going on. You know.
Yeah,
But then at the end of the game, here's what happens. We never got paid. No big deal. I mean, no big deal about that.
Right.
But hey, no big, because them other two umpires took the money. They said, we had the game.
Right.
We do it. I said, cool, that's fine with me. But then on the back end of that, one of the umpires got on social media putting us down. And I sent him a text. I sent him a text, me to him, nobody else.
He's got his money, honey.
You know,
putting him down on
like,
social media.
look, this is not how this is done. And first of all, this is what happened. And I went over. Well, that guy has nothing to do with me, and I could care less because I had no idea what was happening. But on your end, hey, it's a young guy. I can see them umpires turning around and saying, look, this coach has got to be gone. Coaches, if he does not leave, then this game's going to be over. Look, you got 5 minutes for him to leave. That gives him plenty of time. You know,
What
None of our argument occurred on the field. Nothing ever happened on the field with anybody.
See,
the only reason the umpires were notified of anything on that field was that he called them over and then said something.
But to me, what probably happened is, and this is why you can't say, well, this is probably what's happening in these leagues. When a coach comes up to the box like that, he's usually like they automatically assume, oh, he's trying to intimidate the umpire. He's coming up there to the box and saying something such as like some of these dumb little league coaches. You better swing at anything because this umpire's going to call everything a strike.
I've heard that.
You'll get idiot coaches go
Like
up to
that.
the box and do
That
that.
sounds like something Hunter would do.
And that
That's how Hunter would coach.
and that really that's why I can understand why. But that's usually at little like 12-year-olds,
Right,
13-year-olds,
Yeah.
not 8-year-olds. That and this is part of the reason why I don't do 8-year-olds and stuff because you got just too many idiots.
My son, Nathan, love him to death. My son will tell me flat out, don't put me in no T-ball. Don't put me in no coach pitch because them people on the outside and on the inside sometimes do not know what's happening.
No,
That's how he told me.
that's what I was
I mean, I would rather do a regular ball game than deal with that.
Yeah.
I had one more question for Hunter before we moved on. I'm gonna think about it probably later. Terry's little story for there. Yeah, I'm going, but it's just to me, it's just a ridiculously stupid situation over the dumbest thing ever. Like, when you do something wrong, like if I didn't break a rule in the field, I didn't do anything from that point of view. I think it was handled terribly. Whoever handled it, again, Terry, I 100%. If he had just been between me and the umpire, I'd be like, hey, this is why you got to stand here. This is the rule. Only 3 people can be out there. I don't even know if that's a rule.
What was the bottom line, though, on this? And when it was all over, you could not be at the next game?
No, I can't coach right now, period, until his feelings are better.
Okay.
Until his feelings are better,
Well,
Terry.
they
I
might
hurt
not
his
be better now.
I hurt his feelings, Terry. This grown man, I hurt his poor feelings by telling him he was wrong and had no authority to throw me out of the game when I didn't even do anything wrong, and he's not the umpire. Off the field. We weren't on the field. It's not like I'm saying this had nothing to do with it. And then when you went with the children, that's when I'm drawing the line on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick your children out of the league, Terry. Those came out of the mama standing next to me almost lost her, you know what, on that one. So anyway, that's the story again, Hunter. I had one more. I did have something to tell you, but I can't remember what it was. We'll get back to it later. But we're going to come back talk Braves baseball.
Mm-hmm.
and Hunter's going to get excited here. NLCS, Dodgers.
Ain't nobody can beat us.
Right now, y'all got the best pitching team in baseball, right?
Yeah, right now.
We knew this coming into the playoffs, right?
Or you could just say,
This
it was a good draw playing the
Or this staff's
Marlins.
going to shut everybody down.
It was a good draw playing the Marlins.
You
Mookie
as long as you
Betts.
win who you against who you
that's
play
right.
against.
Bellinger.
No
You
matter.
sound like a LeBron fan
no
right
matter.
now, don't it? Just whoever you play, right?
Hey,
All
you
of them
gotta
saying
win the
you
game.
We got to
stuff.
talk about that game last night because I stayed up to watch that daggone game.
right.
Did you watch
Yes,
it, Terry?
yes.
All right, so we've got some video and audio coming up in just a little bit. We've got NASCAR audio. We've got video of bad predictions gone wrong. And then I've got video on JP, don't we, Hunter?
Yes.
We've got some incriminating evidence
Before you
on
go there,
JP that we have to talk about, guys. We have a serious subject.
what
at
I
the
was
end
kind
the
of
show.
getting wrapped up in is real quick. Why did the Fords do so bad at Talladega?
I don't know.
They didn't run well. That's how I was thinking about that because I was kind of lost in my own thoughts. I was looking over there and I was like, why are so many Chevrolets up there? Because you've been trashing Chevrolet the whole.
What's the name?
Oh,
Where was it
okay,
at,
so-
Tom?
I want to
Talladega.
say it was Toyota,
No. Where was it at?
Talladega.
Yeah. Okay. There's your answer.
Okay, is that what it is?
I mean,
Could you
Everybody's
make up-
at the front.
Okay.
all right, JP. We'll be back in a minute. KDCBroadcasting.com.
You know, we always tell our kids that there's no such thing as a money tree. But did you know at Friendship Nissan in Forest City, we kind of do have a money tree? Our money tree gives a $500 better price on any new Nissan, and that's a $500 guarantee that we put in writing. We have no haggle clear choice pricing, the region's only non-commissioned sales force, and we have the only lifetime warranty with no time or mileage limits. So you see, at Friendship Nissan, we kind of do have a money tree, and we're located in Forest City.
Spending too much time at home with nothing to do? Then go shopping. That's right, go shopping at whatsupshopper.com. Local area businesses are featuring their products and services on whatsupshopper.com. You can also play our contest, listen to the swap shop, and more. Make it one of your favorites. There are also valuable coupons from area businesses. And as they say, let your fingers do the walking and shop online at whatsupshopper.com. You'll love it. Plumbing problems? Well, if you're not an expert plumber, then we invite you to call the Expert Plumbers. That's Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City. Just call 828-245-7302. Recommended since 1973. From faucets to sinks to toilets, from sewer and drains to well pumps, from dishwashers to disposals to bathroom remodeling, residential and commercial, new homes too. Don't let your plumbing problems drive you plumb crazy. Call Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City, 828-245-7302, or visit the website at olmstedplumbing.com.
Cameron Spangler of Crest High School is this month's McDonald's WOHS What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete of the Month. Cameron is the daughter of Gary and Kelly Spangler and is a senior at Crest High School. She plays volleyball and softball and has a grade point average of 4.625. Cameron takes a multiple of AP and honor courses and is also taking classes at Cleveland Community College. She's a member of the Beta Club Science Olympiad, National Honor Society, National CTE Society. She also plays travel softball and volleyball. She's a member of the Double Shoals Baptist Church and Youth. She assists with the North Shelby Christmas Party and a volunteer for the Junior Civitan and Beta clubs. After graduation, she plans to attend NC State University and major in business management and marketing. After college, she plans to be a wedding event planner. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize a student athlete not only for accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievements in the classroom and for overall school and community citizenship.
There's something special about the rush you get when your fingers pull the throttle and everyone else can just try to keep up. It's the kind of endless thrill you'll only experience on a Yamaha Wave Runner. Whether you're in it for the effortless fun of the affordable EX Series or the supercharged luxury of the FX Series, Yamaha Wave Runners always help you kick your weekend into high gear. See one today at Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk off I-85 in Lowell.
It's time to play at the Green Meadows Golf Course on Kelly Road in Mount Holly. Play and ride Monday through Friday for $25. Weekends just $30. Seniors ride and play Monday through Friday for $20. And every Wednesday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for just $15. So make your tee time now by calling the Green Meadows Golf Course, 704-827-9264. Green Meadows Golf Course, 957 Kelly Road in Mount Holly.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the guys, and I'm a little curious in this video evidence of me.
Oh, we've got video evidence of you committing a crime, JP, and we're gonna have to talk about that in just a little bit. No, maybe not committing a crime, more say as perjury. You have definitely perjured yourself. We'll put it that way. So that is your crime. Some people, depending on what part of you're in, Tom, go to jail for that. But you know how that goes. All right, Hunter, I remembered my question.
Yes.
And this is just to end up the last thing. We're going to talk Atlanta Braves baseball. Let's say if you're Terry, who's allowed to talk to the umpires on the field? Head coach?
I only talk to head coaches.
If the assistant coach yells at the umpire about anything, would you, most of the time, I would assume you'd get thrown out. I know how that works. But if I'm out there yelling at the umpire wrong, that's not what you're going to do with, right?
No, if they approach me, I might talk to them. If they come at me yelling at me, I'm not talking to them at all.
So, Hunter, with that said, if you're on the field and I can't yell at the umpire as an assistant, but if I'm told to leave the field and I can't coach anymore, but I can be a fan, now I can yell at the umpires all I want, right? So every time that guy's team has 4 coaches that touch their feet on that field, come on, Blue, there's 4 coaches out there. Let's go.
You can yell as long.
Can I not do that?
You can do whatever you want to because we ignore it unless you start cursing or stuff like that or talking about another kid. Then we turn around and we're going to send you.
Every call, Terry, 36 outs, I can yell, come on, Blue, can I not?
Yeah,
whether it's right or wrong.
Every call, every pitch.
Okay, so that's the bed we're laying in right now if that's what we're going to do. If I'm showing up to the ball games as a fan, that's what you wanted. That's the dragon you unleashed. I mean, don't you think, Hunter?
What?
I should just rag the umpires about everything.
I mean, I do it anyways, but I'm at a professional game or
that's what I'm saying. Some people do it anyway. I just ought to make this my business.
Why not?
This is my new hobby.
But if it comes annoying to him, he can turn around and have you removed.
Come on, Blue. I'm going to get arrested for yelling. Come on, Blue.
I mean,
Tom. It's going to be fun. Dumb. This is just dumbness is what it is.
Well, I will say this. I did a ball game last night, Terry. I did 1 hour and 50 minutes and didn't hear a word from anybody.
That's what I'm talking
about. After this story, I'm like,
makes you
I'm
going
to stay where I'm at.
Yes. Yes.
It wasn't even with an umpire. All right, Hunter, Braves.
Yeah.
What about
You've got, I got to get my hat ready for this segment. Sorry.
Are they pretty good?
All right, Hunter.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hunter, I got to put the future World Series champions hat on for this segment. I got my Tampa Bay Rays hat on. Let's go, Rays.
I don't know about that one.
Gonna stomp anybody into the ground.
I don't know about that one.
We beat the team that beat the best pitching team in baseball by 20 runs.
Let me ask you a question. When was the Miami Marlins first team?
When they were originally the Florida Marlins?
Like 97.
No, Florida all
it
the
was
way
like
back.
97 or something.
No,
like that,
well, it was before that. It
Was
was
it
in the
before?
early 90s. It was in the early 90s.
Well, this is something that's amazing to me. When they put up this is the first postseason loss by the Miami Marlins.
They've never lost.
Ever.
93 is the first
every
season.
time they've
Because
made
they've
it.
won the Super Bowl.
World
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both times they've been in it before. And I've always told, especially Coach Alan Chapman over at West Lincoln, I said, that's the best team ever. They've never lost.
They are. They were, weren't they? I mean,
never lost.
It's funny how they've had such incredible success and incredible failure.
Yes.
Within a relatively short
People
period
forget
of time.
last year they
make
had
money.
over 100 losses. They had over 100 losses last year, and then look what they did this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a great job. Don Mattingly, if I'm not mistaken, is the manager for them. He did a really good job. Derek Jeter really instilled a lot of confidence in him. That's what I was hearing in an interview.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say though about the Rays, because obviously the Rays played the Yankees last night and watched that. The pitching is good. They're deep in that bullpen. They're really deep. I saw what they did. They had the guy come out there. Their starting pitcher was coming off of 2 days rest. He didn't pitch the first game for them. He pitched the second game. so that it was kind of staggered, so he didn't have to go against Cole in the first matchup. He was the one that let up the bomb, but other than that, well, everybody that they pulled in, high 90s. God, they were just peaking, maybe 98. One guy they brought in, I can't remember his last name. It was before they brought in their clothes. He was hitting 100, but not just hitting 100 like just straight down the middle or high fastballs, like painting the edges with 100-mile-per-hour pitches. And it was just tough for anybody on the Yankees to get going. And, you know, that's a big testament. Obviously, good pitching will beat out good hitting. But then you look at the other side, what the Braves are doing. We're doing both right now. We've got great hitting, and the pitching is starting to step up. I've always said the whole year, if Soroka was there, I'd be a whole lot more confident just because I still think we're up in the air pitching-wise, but I can't complain with how Wright's pitching, with how Anderson is pitching, and Anderson's a true rookie. Like, we pulled him up out of the minor leagues for this. He's a true rookie, and he's come in, and he's looking like a good number 2 right now. And Fried has stepped into that ace role. So I can't complain with how they're playing right now. The Bats struggled against the Reds in Game 1, but in Game 2, we had no problem. And we averaged 8 runs a game playing the Marlins this year, so I knew that this series was never going to be in any trouble at all. I do understand a lot of the talking heads, the commentators, the guys that played, like that group, it's A-Rod and Poppy and Frank. They're sitting there, Frank Thomas, they're sitting there talking, and they said this will be really the first true matchup, like the true test that the Braves are going to have playing the Dodgers, because we didn't play them all year.
Well, this is what everybody wanted to see, I think, out of the National League. These are
that's what I
two,
wanted to see.
Well, you're a Braves fan,
right?
So I know you want to see it. But it's really, truly, Hunter, the two best teams. And what you're talking about, Atlanta, they're coming together at the right time. This is when you want to start.
I've
playing
always
well.
said this
That's
about
what you wanna play.
it's momentum and when you're peaking, and if you're hitting at the right time, it's all that matters. When it comes playoff times at any sport, if you're the guy, if you're the hot hand, ride it. Momentum is key, and that's what they have right now.
And
If I'm looking at this, and this is how I would be as somebody who, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a Braves fan way more than the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was looking at it, I would go, okay, it's elite pitching that the Dodgers have against young, upcoming pitching that the Braves have. You know, okay, who's going to win that matchup? I'm also going to say both teams can score.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that's how I'm going to look at it. And I'm going to say, if you had to pick one, probably 75% of the people are going to pick the Dodgers,
right?
On account of who they are.
Yes.
And then you got Betts and Bellinger and all them going against
You've got
rookie pitchers.
You've got names.
Second-year pitchers.
That's what they'll look at is you've got names and guys that baseball pushes at you, like Mookie Betts, like Cody Bellinger, who was an MVP, like Kershaw, who a lot of people are still saying he's the best pitcher in baseball, him or Garrett Cole, no matter how you look at it. But and that's fine and dandy. You can do that. I know they're the big market LA team, but don't act like. And I'm not speaking to you. I'm talking to you said most people would choose that. The 75% that would choose Dodgers, but don't overlook and say Atlanta don't got players.
Oh, I know. Atlanta can score with anybody.
We can score with anybody.
But that's what people are going to say. Can you hit Kershaw?
I think we can.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what they're going to say.
And the reason why,
and you're going to have to see him twice.
Right. And the reason why I think we can hit Kershaw is because Max Fried modeled his game coming up a lot after Kershaw, at least Kershaw's curveball.
And who's the other guy, Burrell, that pitches for the Dodgers?
Yes.
Okay, he's the one that started. He didn't. Kershaw was the second guy.
And see, that's what I'm wondering what's going to happen is Kershaw going to pitch Monday against us? Are we going to pitch Fried Monday, or are we going to stagger? Are we going to try and not match up ace against ace? That's where the manager's brains are just going to have to start ticking and turning and see what matchups he likes. But am I confident in this? Absolutely. I don't think we get swept. No, not at all. No, I could see this series going 7.
Yeah.
Did y'all see they're going to let in fans too? 11,000 fans will be allowed to watch the game.
Well, I think they should.
Yeah.
I think they should. But is that only in the National League?
That was in the Braves affiliate some tickets, shouldn't they, Hunter?
They should.
Yeah.
We'll go to Texas.
Yeah.
I just saw that they're going to let it. That was the National League. Where the American League.
American League is played in California, so I don't think they're going to budge on that. People are going to have to continue to buy condo suites right there next to the stadium, like they were watching the Rays Yankees game last night.
Are they playing that in Arlington? I mean,
Yes.
Anaheim.
Yes.
Anaheim.
No. They're playing at the Padres, San Diego.
Okay, San Diego.
They'll be in San Diego. Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, the National League is being played in Arlington.
But I'm proud of what the Braves have done. I mean, really. I mean, when they got in here and them young pitchers are good. But your deal is, and which Atlanta's to me is a big market team. They're not like the Yankees or Dodgers, but they're gonna spend money.
Yeah, they're big.
You know, that's what I'm saying. They're not like Kansas City and us that don't want to give nobody the money.
I would consider them
It's
medium
another
market.
one of those things that you're gonna have your Smoltz, Maddox, Glavine. You know, you got these young guys. You're gonna have to pay them.
Then the amount of times I've heard people say this team is built like the '95 team, the more it just makes me smile because they said, look, at that time those guys were still young.
Yeah,
they were still, or at least Glavine and Smoltz were young. Maddox was there, but they weren't as aged. They weren't your quote unquote big vets that were lighting up the league. Fried, if I'm not mistaken, this is only like his third season with us as a true starter. Like I said, Ian Anderson. Straight rookie. Straight came up. This is rookie ball for him. And then Kyle Wright jumped around, and now they're all.
Good.
I'm pretty sure they're.
He's
and what
good.
I mean by young too is I'm pretty sure they're all sub 25. So for what they're doing right now, and imagine if we could have added Mike Soroka to that, and we signed Cole Hamels this offseason. He hadn't already played a game because he's been hurt the whole season. So for what they're doing, for what we could have had overall with that possible 5 pitching rotation. But at the same time, if those injuries don't happen, we don't see Ian Anderson. I don't think he gets called up. I think we just roll with Soroka, Hamels, and Fried. There's no guarantee we see Kyle Wright. So sometimes it looks like it could have been a blessing in disguise. Not saying I wish injury upon anybody, but going forward, I feel so confident.
Well, let me say this real quick. Yeah. With a 7 games straight in a row, there's no days off. You play 7 straight.
I like
Are
that.
you really going to throw the same guy in 1 and 4?
Theirs is different. The American League's going to have days off in theirs.
Well, the National League is playing 7 straight days.
Look at the American League compared to the National League. The American League goes like 4 or 5 days, and then they skip a couple days.
Are you sure?
I just looked at it.
Because I saw that the American League, they're doing the same thing like they've done now. The American League will start the day before, but they'll still continue so that the American League just ends one day prior than the National League.
I mean,
Tom's got
because let me tell you something. Yeah, well, I don't have my little mouse.
But I'm
so
just saying that a lot of times in a regular, you have that travel day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So are you going to put? I don't know if the Dodgers.
I would look again. I thought saw that, but I might be
because if
wrong.
that's the case, I'll be honest. That's a bunch of bull jive for giving American League teams a day in between and National League teams no days.
The reason being because I know the World Series is not going to start until the day they say it's going to start. It's not going to start early, even if you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to start early. So if you get done a whole week in advance, then you got a whole week you don't do nothing.
See, but I might like my number 4 against your number 1 if he's only on 3 days rest.
But my question
I
for
might like that.
Hunter is this:
I'm listening.
You got all them pitchers. That something's going to have to happen to.
Mm-hmm.
Ozuna is he done? Is this it for him?
Dude, I hope not. I hope not. And the reason why is because even if we I know we'd have to pay him, but if we fall short this year and we just kept the same team together next year, why not? Why not? Look at the run that you've made.
He's at least going to ask what you're paying for him this year, and that's $18 million.
Give it to him.
You know what I'm saying?
Give it to him.
He's at least going to want that.
And even if you just sign him to another year contract, unless he comes out and says he wants something long term, why would you not offer him a 1 to 2 year contract? Just say, hey, look, we'll just keep you around right now.
That's my question. How old is he?
I'm not really sure
something?
exactly.
No, he's not 40-something.
You got
like 27 years
old.
He looks like he's 40.
You got to say this is like a mid-market team. I don't think so. I mean, you got Braves fans everywhere.
You
from
do.
Jackson, Mississippi to Richmond, Virginia.
Do.
I mean,
Miami, remember though, Miami and the Nationals are both, you could almost consider them expansion teams because the Nationals were the Expos, but they just moved there. The Phillies have been established there. So Atlanta's kind of had this, them and St. Louis have really had this area. But if you talk about money-wise, like what to me, Boston both New York teams, because of the money that they do have available, and the LA teams are, to me, are what you could consider a large market. I'm with you. I would not consider Atlanta a small market.
No.
Technically, if it was gone by media standards, Atlanta is a top 10 market in the United States. So you would always call it a big market. But if you're talking in the sense of there's no salary cap, it's a no salary cap league, and you can just spend, Atlanta's more of the mid-major. They will, but they really don't want to overpay like what some people think the Yankees just do all the time, where they just throw money at people. Same with how the Dodgers just did with Mookie Betts and San Diego, all these California teams. If they've got the money, they're just trying to buy championships.
It would make it so much more interesting if they went to a salary cap.
Oh,
the
I
players,
think
the players union in baseball would never agree to that.
I think it
would make it so much more interesting.
I think it would make it more balanced.
Yes, and that's what makes the NFL great, because really,
I'm
never know.
I'm going to say something, Tom, when you mention that. I don't like the NFL when I'm talking about this quarterback is worth 35 to 40 million, and this running back, the most he can get 16. If we go more than that, we've paid him way too much. I don't like that part of it, because they go by positions.
Yeah, I mean,
this is too much for that position.
But it's different. Because with baseball, you do have the skill set among the players is not exactly identical, but it's more similar than it is in football. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the skill set of a running back is very different than the skill set of a wide receiver or a skill set of a lineman.
Yeah, but how could anybody ever sit here and tell me that quarterback, who is going to touch the ball every time, why is it not centered and not making a bunch of money? He touches the ball every time.
Because
some centers do make a bunch of money too.
Because no 16 million.
Because Terry, at the supermarket, the meat manager makes more than the
that's
stock
what I'm saying.
boys.
I mean, that's how I look at it. And then that running back's going to touch the ball a whole lot more. But your receiver, and this is the reason I say that, because that's like on Dallas. We gave Cooper $20 million. We gave Ezekiel Elliott, who's going to touch the ball way more than Cooper ever thought about, 16.
Because it's a passing league.
Yeah, those are what's messed up.
It's a passing league. And you know what else is hurt? Not only the value of running backs, but the value of linebackers who stop the run.
Yeah.
Their value has dropped.
We
So
need
But you see, same thing with baseball. You see pitchers get these
huge
lucrative contracts, and then you
They're
also
pitching once every,
but then you
once a
look
week.
at it as well and say just taking what the Yankees paid Cole, largest pitching contract of all time. But then you
$324 million.
But then you look and see what they're paying Bryce Harper, you look at what they're paying Manny Machado, you look at what they're paying Mike Trout, and it's like,
oh yeah,
that money is still an extra $200 million on top of what they're paying, Garrett Cole. And you sit there and you think about it. Well, in the same case that Terry just brought up with the quarterback or the center always touching the ball, who is the one that literally touches the ball every time in baseball? It's the pitcher. It's the pitcher and the catcher. They're the ones that they're playing catch with each other the whole time.
I've had Andre tell me that center bowl job too from Terry.
Well,
that's what you hear the linemen say that.
He
Andre said,
touches
"How
it
the
every
quarterback
time."
supposed to drop back if you don't have the ball?" Huh?
Yeah, he's never going to get the ball.
All right, predictions for baseball. Tom, American League, National League Championships, and World Series from here going forward. Who you got?
Well, in the National League, I'm going to go with the sentimental favorite. We're going to go with the Atlanta Braves. They're going to find a way. They're going to scratch a run.
I appreciate
they're going to beat
that, Tom.
Kershaw.
I appreciate
Once they
that.
beat Kershaw, they're in very good shape.
Well, if anything, San Diego showed that you can still hit on the Dodgers because they scored with them in at least one or two games.
And just because I utterly despise the Astros and their organization and their World Series championship should have been stripped from them. Tampa Bay's kind of they're good, but it's almost like they're an underdog. Does that seem right, Terry?
Yeah.
It's kind of because of their organization.
Had the best record in baseball.
Yeah, even though they've had the best record, somehow they still seem like an underdog. But I like the Rays to beat the cheating Astros because they can't signal what the pitch is, Terry.
All right, here I am, and I'm on Vo's catty corner, jumping one way to the other. But I'm gonna take the Dodgers, and I hate to, and I guess I'm at 75% because I don't know whether the pitching from Atlanta can compete with Kershaw and them. You know what I'm saying? You got veterans that have been out there year after year after year, and you got other guys. What can you do for me? Don't get me wrong. I'm pulling for Atlanta, but I'm taking the Dodgers.
Are you pitching Kershaw in 1 and 4?
No, I'm pitching Kershaw in 2 and 5. Well,
But you're
six.
still going to do the same thing.
I'm going with Burrell.
You're going to let him pitch twice?
Yeah,
Or
he's
would
going
you
to
wait?
pitch twice. No, he's going to pitch twice.
Our
against them if
pitcher's
he
going to
goes.
pitch twice
Yeah.
at some point.
But
Absolutely.
would you wait and see what I'm saying? Would you wait and save Kershaw for a game? Like, say he pitches 2 and then he pitches 6.
No.
You're not going to do that?
No, I'm going to go 2, and then if I have to have him in 5, I'll bring him.
With
A
no
6
days
would be
rest.
the thing.
I'm
No
going
days rest.
147. Tell him I
You
pay
know.
you enough money, and you've been whining about you not being good in the
Well,
postseason for years.
if you
Make
don't
it,
think it's so,
buddy,
Listen,
Madison
Oh, no.
Bumgarner
make
did.
it, buddy.
as he did, and he won a World Series that way. And you got to remember, they only played 60 games this year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that,
but
he
even
didn't
if-
pitch nearly as much as he would in a regular
And
season.
Garrett Cole on the short rest only pitched 5.1.
And on the other end, I'm like Tom. I hate the Astros, but here's the big market against the little market again to me, and I'm going to take Houston. But it's not like that. I'm taking Houston to win, but I'm pulling for Tampa Bay. Same thing on the other end. I'm taking the Dodgers. To
I run
win,
into this
but
all
I
the
take
time. I
Atlanta.
want my picks to be right, but dang it, I don't want them to be that
That's
right.
what I'm saying. You know.
I think Tampa Bay. I think it's their year.
I just think
really do think it's
Houston
their year.
is
I
going
do.
to turn around, and Dusty's going to get them back, and they're going to be say,
They-
so what about last year? We can win it without all that crap.
Yeah, but still, you should have the crown stripped.
Well, I
That's
agree.
amazing.
I'm 100% behind you.
All right, Hunter.
Well, the A's had to go out and lose to the Astros, so that took away my World Series pick to play the Braves. I still got the Braves in it regardless. I think they can compete at the highest level, and the highest level in the National League is the Dodgers. So, I think we can compete with them. So, I'm not worried about that. I do think it goes 7. The American League, though, I'm like, this is bad. I want the Rays to win so bad. But I'm like, Terry, something in the back of my mind is telling me there is no reason. Like, I've been choosing against Houston every round I can. The Twins, the A's, I have chosen everybody against Houston. And Houston literally is just
They've
looking
got
at me and
experience. They
saying,
got the experience.
Yeah.
they're just like, you're
They
mad.
got a good manager.
So, you
They
know
got
what?
experience.
I hate it. But I'm going to go Braves and Astros.
Just kind of side note there, they all are talking about firing Boone in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny how they're all
Yeah, you guys,
talking about
you made the NLDS, but let's fire our coach. That's going to fix it. Yeah.
fire him. It's crazy.
Nothing would be more Atlanta Braves than they beat Kershaw twice and then choke in the World Series. So I'm going Rays over the choking Braves in a sweep in the World Series.
Are we a Braves
Oh.
affiliate? It's hard to tell sometimes, isn't it?
Look at my hat. What am I supposed to say? Go
It's
Rays.
hard to tell sometimes.
Go
Who we are
Rays.
an affiliate of it, and Terry. Sometimes I wonder, are we a Panthers and Braves affiliate?
Tomorrow,
That's probably how come
I
they
think
don't
about
send us no
that.
tickets.
Tomorrow, I want you to think about that though. So, the ALDS, one of their series, literally
messing with
ended
Hunter.
yesterday. They literally ended yesterday, and they're starting Sunday. The Dodgers and the Braves have 4 days of rest before they even play because they finished Thursday,
All
and
right.
they won't play till Monday.
So, JP, you ready? We'll take a break. We come back. It'll be NASCAR time. We'll take a quick NASCAR minute. And then we've got NFL and college football picks coming up.
Yeah, go get them, Kyle
We've
Busch.
got NBA finals. And then we've got, did JP lie to us or not? The mystery
23rd,
investigation ahead. Be back,
Wouldn't it be nice
KDCBroadcasting.com.
if you could go look at a new car or truck and you didn't have to worry about getting caught up in those games that waste half your day? Well, Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City is different because we're fast, easy, and transparent. We have over 300 new and used vehicles on the ground with clear choice pricing and the region's only non-commissioned sales force, and a free lifetime warranty on every new car. You better believe Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram is different, and you can find us in Forest City.
Hey, are you daydreaming of a new deck for the summer? Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville can help. Right now, Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville has home equity loans available at 4% APR. Just call 704-435-0186 for more information and find out how to apply. Carolina Federal Credit Union, 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Online at carolinafcu.org. Like them on Facebook too. That's Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville.
Take advantage of a special offer on the versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. You own the land. Now, make it yours. Get the Kubota BX 2380 for payments as low as $99 a month.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, off Highway 74 at Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. It's time to make your daydreams come true with a visit to Rustic Roots Salon and Spa, now open in Cherryville on the corner at 100 East Main Street. Misty Kalo and Bailey Richardson invite you to come on in. Walk-ins are welcome. The new Rustic Roots Salon and Spa is open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Rustic Roots Salon and Spa features color, cut, on-site and travel special occasion hair and makeup, plus lash extensions, brow and facial waxing. And to make an appointment, call 704-898-4956 or 980-241-2041. Now open at 100 East Main Street on the corner in downtown Cherryville. Like them on Facebook and Instagram too. Need tires? Then listen up. Right now, you can save big money on any set of 4 tires purchased at the all-new Butler's Tire and Auto Service. Now in the new location at 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. With name brands like BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, Goodyear, Vulcan, and more. And get free rotation for the life of your tire. Plus, they do full service repairs, alignments, North Carolina inspections. Just call 704-750-4645. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. That's Butler Tire and Automotive. Now at 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain. If you're in the market for new flooring, go to this area's most recommended flooring store. That's Flooring America on Slater Street in Kings Mountain. Flooring America in Kings Mountain is where friends send friends for their flooring needs. And right now, you'll find the ever-popular luxury vinyl plank for only $2.99 a square foot. That's right, only $2.99 a square foot. All during the Fresh Start Flooring Sale. Give your home a refresh with one stop at Flooring America. 602 Slater Street in Kings Mountain. Online at flooringamericakingsmountain.com.
We're back.
We asked Kurt Busch, what's one of the most challenging things about racing at the Roval?
The Roval is a very unique road course. It's built within a 1.5 mile oval track. So a track very similar to the Roval is Daytona International Speedway's road course, but it's inside a 2.5 mile. So the Roval is a bull in a china shop feel because of how big and heavy our cars are in that tight little space with that many turns and that many chicanes. Whereas what the 2021 schedule is branching out to is Circuit of the Americas, a permanent built Formula One style course, Road America, a course that's been up in Wisconsin for ages, decades. I mean, back probably after World War II. I don't know when it was built, but it's a 4-mile course that's spread out with a lot of high-speed straightaways. So we're seeing a variety of road courses being sprinkled in to the NASCAR schedule where they're taking over some of the 1.5 mile, what people reference to as cookie cutter tracks. They're kind of being phased out right now. And I think it's a great trend.
We asked Chase Elliott, even though you've won on the Roval, is it an easy track to get around?
I think what makes the Roval really unique is it's just not, it's kind of like trying to fit a whole bunch of stuff in a very small area, I feel like. So the place just does not flow very good. That thing probably wasn't meant to be a road course, I would say, when they built it. So it's just unique, and there's just a lot of places around the racetrack that are really tight, not a lot of flow. I feel like most road courses around the country that I've been to at least have a flow to them. You kind of get in a groove, and it's really hard to find that groove, I feel like, at the Roval. So and I even think going back there this time, it's hard. It's going to be a challenge to find it. I felt like last year throughout practice and throughout the weekend, I never felt like I got into a flow very well. I feel like our car was driving pretty good, but I just never could find a groove to get in and find any consistency. It really wasn't until, that very last run of practice, and then when the race started, I felt like I found kind of some consistency to be able to back things up and do it over and over again. So I think, to me, the key for myself personally is going to be finding that and trying to get that dialed in. And hopefully it's good enough.
We asked Brad Keselowski, how does the Charlotte Rover compare to other road courses?
Yeah, I think there's different types of road courses, just like there's different types of oval tracks. And the Roval type of track is, much harder on equipment, has a really big speed delta, high speed, low speeds. It can be quite a handful. And so managing your car is much more difficult than like a Sears Point. The high speeds are as fast as a Sears Point Sonoma, but the or the low speeds are as fast as those tracks, but the high speeds are more like your Watkins Glen type racetrack. So it's just a really big challenge to run a Roval. It's very hard on you physically because you hit the curbs very, very hard, and it bounces your body around quite a bit. But it's pretty cool to say you've done it.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football?
Your sports leader, WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, WCSL Cherryville Gastonia.
And welcome back to the show. There's JP on the show.
Yeah.
JP, who you got to win the race this weekend? Nothing.
All right, wait a minute. I ain't got my headphones on.
You ain't got your headphones on. Who got to win the race this weekend, JP?
Do I have to make a choice?
Yeah, sure. Dale Earnhardt?
Yes.
Yeah, Junior, I guess. I don't know.
all right. So there's JP's
I know Dale Earnhardt is dead. I know
Filling
that.
in for Martin Truex will be Dale
JP's
Earnhardt
pick
Jr.
to win this weekend. But I'm excited. Like I told you guys a little bit earlier, one of the best races I ever watched on TV was watching a rain race, and it was I think it was NASCAR Xfinity race, and there's only a certain point that you can get to in speed.
Wasn't it New York?
Before you'll spin out.
Watkins Glen.
I'm not sure. Was it?
I think so.
And I just can't. I mean, honestly, guys, it was exciting. It was fun and exciting. It was one of those ones, Tom, where anybody's going to win this race. Like, who's going to mess up the least? Who's going to choose? I guess, Terry, the big question is, what do you do about tires? Do they help? Do you change them? Do they do better in the rain the more wet they get? They don't even know. So these crew chiefs, like, you can't say Rodney Childers going to win this race because they're out on a mile and a half and we got wind tunnels and all this other stuff. So you really don't know. Kyle Busch might be the most dangerous person out there. He's already said he's going to drive like a madman.
Yeah.
So he's got to win the race, basically.
I want the top 8 to wreck.
So during they're going to if it's raining, Terry. I promise you. This race I watched, it was like, let's say I can't remember the speed. Let's say 100 is the magic number. Every time a racer would get to 100, he would spin out, and then the next guy would take the lead. Well, the announcers were like, how fast will he go? How fast will he push it? And he would get right to 95, and he was staying on the track. And then he's like, let's see if he does it. And as soon as they got to 100, he spun out. Then the next guy, I'm saying I saw 5, 6, 7 guys do that in a row. And Terry, are there cautions on a road track unless you spin out and cause damage on the track? A lot of times they just let them roll.
They let them run. Yeah.
So, like, these guys, I guess the mud tires, too, if they need them. Charlotte don't got that much grass, really, to worry about. Except around the Roval part, I guess maybe they're in the chicane. Maybe we'll see something funny in that. But I'm excited. Chase Elliott, I guess, would be the favorite if it wasn't raining. If it's not raining, I almost favor any of the guys that have to win to get in, don't you, Terry? That they got to do everything they can to win.
Yeah. And I think it's the guys outside who have to win.
Right. That's
what
Kyle
we're talking
Busch, Austin Dillard, Clint Boyer, and Almirola.
Yeah.
If I'm going to feel confident about any of those guys you just put on your finger, it's going to be Busch.
Almirola says he's excited about this because it gives him a chance to win the race, is what he said. I mean, he said it straight up gives me a chance. So I want it to rain. So that's what he said. Now here's something funny. People are like, well, what do? Well, they do have windshield wipers. They got one on the car. They'll see if they use it or if they need it first. They've got the tearaways. Now, Terry, what they don't have the tearaways, I saw Rodney tweet out about the other day, is that one of the races they were watching a few weeks ago, someone had Rain-X on the tearaways. And the Rain-X doesn't work on the plastic tearaways. It bubbled it up, made it worse. So the drivers out there, they put it on it, and it didn't work. So Rodney's like, no Rain-X on the plastic sheets this week is the first thing we got to figure out. But I'm saying there is so many elements to this race. Like, you cannot just stop thinking about it. Jimmy might win it just wrecking
if it's as much rain as
it's
they're
going to be
saying,
too much rain to happen.
if it's as much rain as they're calling that it's going to be, because it's coming off of that storm off the coast.
There's no way. There's just no way.
We'll see.
So the only reason they said, like I said earlier, the only reason they said that they would do anything about canceling or anything in the race is if it puddles up and it causes hydroplaning.
Mhm.
That's really the only concern. They don't want the guys hydroplaning when they didn't need to. Being slick's different than the puddling is what they're concerned about, or if it lightens, it is really the only thing. JP, what do you have? Give us the radio schedule for the weekend. We've got NASCAR across the weekend and college football as well today. So give today's just for all the schedule. Just give everything on today and tomorrow. Here you go.
Okay, it's 10, is it?
Yes,
Yeah,
10.
All right. Today we have the Draft for Cure 250 at 3 p.m.
That's Xfinity Racing.
Okay. Virginia taking North Carolina at 11 a.m. and Miami at Clemson at 6:30 p.m.
So we got football and Xfinity Racing today. Tomorrow, what we got?
Carolina Panthers and Atlanta at 12 noon, and then Bank of America Roval 400 at 1:30 p.m.
Who the Panthers play tomorrow?
Atlanta.
So Panthers and Falcons tomorrow on WCSL 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and also NASCAR racing from the Roval. Terry, if you're already, Hamlin and Kurt Busch are in. They're the only guys that really just try not to mess up the cars, I guess, this weekend. The rest of them, though, you got Harvick, Elliott, Keselowski, Truex. I mean, they're not locked in, but I points wise, Harvick's about got to be at 68 plus 68. I mean, you only got 40 spots in the field, so
he's probably get in and finish in the top 30.
Elliott's 44 is plus 44, and Keselowski 41. So I'd say those top five are good. Truex is at 32. Bowman's up 22, and Logano up 21 are the guys that could wreck and ruin their day if one of the other guys wins or finishes top three, really. So, Tom, you got a feeling on the winner here? Or
I don't know. I think if you go with Harvick or Hamlin, you stand a 50-50 chance of being right.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with Hamlin this week.
Terry?
Well, my deal is this. Kyle Busch is not going to win. I'd love for him to win, then we don't have to worry about this. But I think Chase Elliott, I'm just going to go with the guy who's really tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Chase Elliott.
Even if it's raining.
But here's the problem.
He's a young one.
Kyle Busch is going to finish in your top 5. And
no, he's not.
Joey Logano is going to finish about 30th, and Kyle Busch is going to get in.
You got a better chance of him winning the race, Terry, than picking that scenario.
Yeah.
He's going to wreck.
Oh, okay. Well, he might wreck him.
We'll try.
Would you not?
Yeah, he would.
Tom, if you're the
this
guy.
is my only chance to get in.
This is the cutoff.
I'm going to tell you somebody he better wreck.
Or Alex Bowman.
If Reddick is around him, crash that dude. That's twice. He's done this to him.
Well, other news in the NASCAR this week, Alex Bowman will be replacing Jimmy in the 48, was the announcement this week.
Yep.
They don't know who's going in the 88.
Kyle Larson, they keep saying.
Is that let him come back?
Is that why it's been
Yeah,
so
he's
hush
coming
hush?
back. He'll come back.
Yep.
He's been winning about every race he's been in on every other level that he's raced in. A lot of the crew chiefs will tweet about it and stuff like that about Kyle. So maybe that's the hush hush on that.
Well, he's went through his protocol,
right.
and
he's
Bubba's
been
okay.
punished.
But
He's
yeah,
been punished.
Do you think,
Bubba's,
Terry,
he's
do you think
okay.
that's a thing of Jimmy not wanting Kyle Larson in his car after what happened and being like, don't put him in my 48?
Possibility.
You better move Bowman over or someone else. Chase is not moving out of the 9, but the 48, that's
But
that's
I
a little
will
different.
say this, so even if you move Bowman over into the 48, if Kyle Larson does get the opportunity to come back, the 88 will be good.
It will, and that's what I'm saying. Like, does this move doesn't help. I don't see how this move helps or makes any effect on Bowman at all.
No.
Does it's just
It get
different
Bowman. It
car
should
number.
be well. The crew chiefs make a lot of difference. I think you know what I'm saying. But if you're going to put Kyle Larson into 88, and he's going to have, I mean, it depends on. I don't know. Crew chiefs change every year. You
Right.
don't know what Hendricks might do.
So Chad Knaus is basically retiring from crew chief in the same year Jimmy's out. Is that and Chad got one win, didn't he, with Byron this year? Didn't they?
Yes.
Just a few weeks ago,
Just
and
one.
Jimmy didn't get his win. So since they separated, it was 1-0. Who would have ever thought, right?
Yeah,
the most
that's
successful
true.
combination ever won one race after they split up. Also, let's see, Suarez was moving to a different number. I think in the 90s. I can't remember which number it was. And then Matt Benedetto is staying in the 21. And then finally, Bowyer is retiring and coming out off the field. So the 14 is open. Terry, that's a big number.
He's going to Fox.
What do you think about the 14? Who's going to be in that seat? Is that a seat for Eric Jones? Remember, he's still a free agent.
Yeah, but you also in Xfinity, man, they some top-notch driver. I mean, they're young, Cindric and all of them guys. Burton. I mean, they could be one of them. Maybe have a shot. Maybe one of them get bumped up there.
Well, Hunter, the other day, at one point, Jesse was in second place. I don't know if it was through the pit changes or what. But I know at one point I happened to click on it and it showed the leaderboard and it said Little and 2. I was like, there you go, Jesse. And about 10 minutes later, he wasn't. But so I'm guessing it was some type of it was the pit throughs or whatever. But
Jesse just needs to get more consistent, top 15, top 10 finishes, and that's what they look for.
You
got to be consistent.
I can't remember.
Yeah, he did trucks.
Okay,
he did trucks for a year.
I couldn't remember if he
did. He ran trucks last year and then moved up to Xfinity this year.
Well, good.
And I think he ran one double weekend. Like he ran a truck race this year and an Xfinity race this year. I think he did that.
And you always want to pull. I mean, he seems like a really nice guy. I always want to pull for somebody that seems that way and is nice.
Love
to
Jesse.
Us
Good kid,
we'll
good family.
For you, but all right, that's our NASCAR Minute. We'll be back in a few minutes to talk football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
When is being different a good thing? Well, at Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City, our customers say we're different. Look at our Google reviews. They say we're different too. We have the region's only non-commissioned sales force. We use no haggle, clear choice pricing, and we have the only lifetime warranty with no time or mileage limits. When our customers leave, they say, that was a great experience. And that's where we're most different. That's Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram, and we're located in Forest City.
Spending too much time at home with nothing to do? Then go shopping. That's right, go shopping at whatsupshopper.com. Local area businesses are featuring their products and services on whatsupshopper.com. You can also play our contest, listen to the swap shop, and more. Make it one of your favorites. There are also valuable coupons from area businesses. And as they say, let your fingers do the walking and shop online at whatsupshopper.com. You'll love it. If you've been shopping for a new freezer at one of those so-called big box stores, chances are you've been getting the cold shoulder. Well, warm up to the idea of shopping local at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Just arrived a huge new shipment of freezers, many sizes to choose from, ready to go. 5, 7, 9, and 16 cubic foot chest freezers, plus 14 cubic foot frost-free upright freezers, priced as low as $249. Come see the selection today of new freezers in stock now at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at hendrickappliance.com, and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. Sure, you can find a great pre-owned vehicle at TCS Tire and Auto in Cherryville, but that's not even the half of it. Justin Jenkins invites you to see them for all of your automotive repair needs, from a tune-up to an oil change to brake work and more. And they are North Carolina Inspection Station. And be sure to check with them on tires. They got a great selection at great price. So if you're needing automotive repair, see Justin today at TCS Tire and Auto, 1801 Lincoln and Highway 150 East in Cherryville. Call 704-435-1988 and like them on Facebook too. Plumbing problems? Well, if you're not an expert plumber, then we invite you to call the Expert Plumbers. That's Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City. Just call 828-245-7302. Recommended since 1973. From faucets to sinks to toilets, from sewer and drains to well pumps, from dishwashers to disposals to bathroom remodeling, residential and commercial, new homes too. Don't let your plumbing problems drive you plumb crazy. Call Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City, 828-245-7302, or visit the website at olmstedplumbing.com. Gaston County's premier flooring center is Carpet One Interiors, located at 2757 East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia. Seeing is believing at Carpet One Interiors in Gastonia, where you get a large selection at a low price with expert advice. Ask about their beautiful guarantee. If you don't love your new carpet, they'll replace it free. And right now, luxury vinyl plank is just $2.99 a square foot. Come see for yourself and refresh your home this year with a stop at Carpet One Interiors, 2757 East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia. Online at carpet1gastonia.com.
And we're back on Saturday morning sports talk with Kevin and the guys.
And the gang.
Yeah,
come on.
It's our gang,
now.
JP.
Yeah.
The crew, the gang, the order. I mean, I was going to do a big introduction this morning, but then
Kevin and the
was
law and
messing with
order.
that microphone, so I couldn't really do it.
All right, so Hunter, I'm gonna try something here. That's not what I was trying to do. Hunter, press the simple phone. Let's see if I can mess this up or not. Check. Yeah, I can mess that up.
I got it fixed.
Last Saturday,
Uh-huh.
while you were on the show,
Yeah.
you may have told a fib.
Okay.
We'll see. So I'm going to play the tape, and then we'll go to the replay and see what happens. All right, Jay, you ready to hit it?
Tell me when.
All
Oh,
right,
you gonna
JP,
mute
you ready in
that?
there?
You guys. Not that finger, JP. There you go, Kevin. I got it for you.
JP wouldn't do that.
All right. JP, how often do you give people that finger?
Never.
Really? All right, JP, you ready in there?
You got his finger up. Not that finger, JP. There you go, Kevin. I got it for you.
JP wouldn't do that.
All right. JP, how often do you give people that finger?
Never.
Really?
Never done the middle.
I gave it
I'm
to
proud
somebody
of you.
yesterday when I was
never
driving to
flipped them
Charlotte.
off. I've never given the bird.
I'm proud of you. Have you ever given someone the feather?
JP says he's never given anyone the finger.
I haven't.
Now, Terry, on this same show, 20 minutes later, he gives Tom the finger.
Oh.
You ready?
Uh-oh.
Let's watch the.
Oh,
Let's,
this ought to be good.
let's go to the
This ought
video
to be
evidence
good.
and see if JP gave Tom the finger last week. JP sits up. Tom's talking about something. I don't have the volume up on this to hit the button. But watch JP. Middle finger.
Oh, no.
Oh, that
What
is
was
so
that?
wrong.
He did.
Andre
That is
found
so
this
wrong.
in the video archive.
That is not. No.
Andre,
I
Tom was
you
talking.
can
He said, "Are we
see-
gonna talk about
no,
something?"
No.
And JP said
No.
And this is
No.
what happened, Tom.
Oh.
No,
What
I
is
was
that?
wiping my mouth.
What is that?
That is not.
That's the bird.
No. Tom was not. Hey.
I tell you what.
Where's the audio for it? I would love for you to play the audio with that and
Yeah,
then
Tom
actually
was
see it.
asking if we're going to talk about like the SEC or something, and you're just no. He was asking me if we were going to talk about the remote last weekend. If Tom remembers that exact moment.
Yeah, I do.
And that's when JP said, "Nope, we're not talking about that moment."
Yeah.
Man.
Terry, what does that video show?
All I know is
Describe
I
the
see
video,
it.
Terry. Is
He
there a bird on there?
Yes, he is. He is raising that finger.
Not really. Not
at
really.
what
There are
Tom's
two
saying.
fingers up. The bird is one finger. Okay.
Oh.
The thumb is up as well.
No,
so to be honest, you
JP,
can't exactly.
people do it just like that.
I know, JP.
With
Look at
the
this
thumb,
finger.
really?
Look at this
Come
finger.
on. Looks like I'm from Lilo and Stitch.
Well,
and
I mean,
hang
that's
loose.
attached
I mean,
to the
really.
hand.
All right, JP.
That
So if
thumb
someone
is
gave
attached.
you that symbol right there, you'd be okay with it. You'd be like, I love you. Okay.
I do
I just want to make sure. Look, listen.
All
Now,
right.
if it was just the
I'll
one
salute
finger,
you today,
that
He
JP.
gave him the finger, then licked it. Didn't
Man.
he?
He
He
did.
said
He
that's
didn't he?
tasty.
He said
did.
that's some hot finger right there
this
for you, Tommy.
this is so wrong in so many levels. You're
JP.
putting me in court on the radio show
We
because of
have
one
evidence.
simple mistake with a finger. I mean, really.
JP.
You can't hear
Oh, okay. Hit it again.
it. You don't want me to hear it 'cause you hit the you don't
I
hit the
know.
buttons.
I gotta have those.
There's too many button pressing to be happening to be pressing them buttons.
JP.
And that was
the
awful
video.
English.
We've got video.
But
Terry, it was in the same show. He lied to us.
Right there's the video.
We even have
Oh,
evidence.
come on.
We have.
hey,
Guys,
if
it was not
that has
directed
to
at
appear
you.
in court, JP,
Yeah.
you lose.
Yeah. Yeah. You do.
They're putting you
Sound
away,
argument,
JP.
though. I mean,
No.
really.
No. Sorry, JP. All right, guys, let's talk some football. Good.
Wow.
JP, I knew you'd like. I knew you'd like it. I just, Andre called it. We were
Oh,
watching
good
highlights and cutting video. He said,
Of course.
"Didn't he say he didn't give
Of
the finger?
course,
He just gave it to
Andre's-
Tom."
Yeah, of course,
Yeah, he did.
Andre was the one who mentioned it.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa,
Unbelievable.
whoa! Don't make fun of Andre. He works
I'm
very
not making
hard.
fun of Andre. I'm just saying he was the one who noticed
Andre,
it, not you.
he never talks to Kyle Busch.
JP, you want to look in that camera and tell Andre that you didn't gig the camera or you didn't throw the bird, and we'll
Andre,
see. I'll see what
it
he
was
says on Monday.
not it was not the bird.
JP, show the camera which finger was it that you didn't show.
Yeah, I ain't that stupid.
I don't want to call it again.
You just said it wasn't a bird, so show us what we did then.
I'm not going to show you what you did because you'll come back next week and say, I did the bird again.
You just said it's not a bird. So if it's not a bird, you should show it.
I'm not going to show it.
All right, JP.
You will use that against me again.
JP's letting him fly in here in the mornings. He says he's not. Caught him in. What do you think, Terry?
He's
I'm
booked.
going to the umpire.
He's booked.
Yeah, I'm putting him in handcuffs, taking him away.
You've been tossed. You can't tell your kid where to stand that batter's box, JP. You're out of here, buddy.
Oh, God.
Football. I don't even have a kid, so I ain't no problem with that.
Football.
All right, Terry. How great
football.
is it that a team from North Carolina is the 8th best team in the nation?
That is absolutely unethical. Unhistory that you can even be ranked at number 8 in the country after beating nobody twice, and then they want to put you in the top 10.
They're only 4th best in the ACC.
Yeah, think of that. 4th best here.
They're 4th best in the ACC.
But we're going to put you at number 8 in the country.
Well,
come on, Hunter.
I can go ahead
happen.
and tell you the 3 that are in front of them. Clemson, 1. Notre Dame, 5. Miami, 7. So therefore, the people that are ranked ahead of them in the ACC are in fact ranked ahead of them in your national poll.
But today for the ACC, I know we're going to argue about Carolina. Today is Judgment Day for Dabo Swinney and those Clemson Tigers because they get to play Miami.
They beat them to death.
Now, I know they beat them like a drum, Terry.
They will again
they'll beat them
tonight.
like a drum. But is Miami back?
No. Miami's good.
He said no.
Miami's good.
Well, think about it. People have been
But they're
trying to
not
say.
Clemson.
People have been trying to say for the past since Tom Herman took over that Texas is back, and what they do? Lost TC. I mean, come on, man.
I would really like. I would like to see Miami pull an upset tonight.
I would
Just
I would
because
love it. I
would like to see the power shift in the ACC go more to the center. Right now, it's so far to Clemson. It's not interesting.
Well,
Yeah, but if you don't have a top-heavy team, what would they say about the ACC then? It's a weak conference.
What are you talking about? SEC's got 4 or 5 people.
I don't think so. If this is a good game, if this is a 35-30 game, and Miami wins, I don't think it hurts the ACC.
Here's your problem. What is Miami ranked?
7th.
Okay, here's the problem. If they win, Miami's either number 1 or 2.
They have to be.
That's what's going to happen.
They have to be.
There's no way that can happen. You're going to jump over Notre Dame and they're ahead of you?
Notre Dame's got a cakewalk today.
Well, I mean, that's not the point. You're going to jump that
Well,
far?
I will say this, Tom. The reason the ACC has been so lopsided for nothing but Clemson this year is because nobody has put the fire to the feet of Notre Dame and said, you have to join the ACC until this year.
That's why I hate Notre Dame.
Exactly.
That's why I hate Notre Dame.
Think about it. It was the playoff game where Clemson trounced Notre Dame like 30 to 10 or something. That game should have been the ACC championship game, not Clemson versus like Virginia or Pittsburgh, whoever it was that they played.
But I know y'all are talking about, well, it's going to hurt the conference if they look. Clemson has beaten Miami the last 2 games, 96-3.
Yeah.
How is that good for your conference? To me, that's not good for your conference if your top team is so dominant.
Tom,
so that's why
you are a Ohio State fan and you are saying this.
But if you have
There's no mirrors in the Stefani house.
because
sorry.
if you look at the Big Ten, and I know Terry over here trying to be a bandwagon Big Ten fan with his Michigan hat on today, that near the top, Ohio State's been on top, but near the top, Wisconsin, Michigan.
When
some of
you
these
play
other
Wisconsin,
teams,
do you not trounce
Hold on a
Wisconsin?
second.
well, the one year we did, but it's been semi-competitive.
When you play Michigan,
where'd you
do
go,
you
college?
not trounce Michigan?
It's been
Where'd you go to college?
semi-competitive.
Huh?
Semi-competitive.
North Carolina State? I thought you went to Appalachian.
Not 96-3, Hunter.
I'm just
Not
saying. I'm
96
just
to
saying,
3.
Tom. How is it good for one conference to be dominated
It's
by
not
one team?
We did not beat Michigan 96-3 over the last
You
2
might
years.
as well. Well, you
Now, it
probably
might have
haven't.
been 80-40, but it's not 96-3.
I'm about to say.
So I don't know. I just like in the ACC. I want to see now not Notre Dame. Notre Dame can go. I can't say it FCC regulations, but Miami, and Carolina and Virginia Tech,
Regionally.
and even NC State. I would like to see these teams. They got NC State sixth in the ACC, moving up.
Because
I would
we
like
beat
to
Pittsburgh.
see Dabo Swinney actually and his players be challenged all year long.
You're right.
All year long.
The problem-
so they can't just
that's the
play
problem.
half the game all year long.
That's the problem I have with Clemson is because it is such a cakewalk. North Carolina gave them a run last year, and they have Notre Dame on their schedule this year because Notre Dame is in the ACC. So Clemson has to play Notre Dame.
By 50.
I'm just saying that's the problem I have with Clemson is you're only asking Clemson to try and win 2 games in a season. The ACC championship game, that's still a walkover because no one's really competed against them in that game.
Yeah.
I'm talking the first round of the college football playoff and then the college football final. That's the only 2 games you're asking them to try and win.
Right.
Other than that, the rest of it seems like it's just because of the talent, the difference in talent that they have against teams they played.
The ACC championship games become a joke when you're like when they play Virginia and Pittsburgh last couple of years, and they've been like 30-point favorites in the ACC championship.
They're giving
game.
away tickets just so people come to that game.
It's crazy.
Well, maybe these other coaches need to learn how to recruit.
And you're knocking Mac Brown because he can recruit. I don't want to hear you
That's what
say
I'm saying.
that, Terry.
I don't know what Dabo tells him, but he gets him to come there. When you can get Kirk Herbstreit's kids to walk on to Clemson,
and he's an Ohio State man.
I think Swinney could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. I mean, it's just ridiculous how he can tell
college football head coaches to me are the best. They're great recruiters.
How's he get Herbstreit's kids to go to Clemson?
Well, they got this church down there.
It's amazing. I can't believe that.
They got this church down there in South Carolina that the offering plate goes backwards to the Clemson players. That's what one of their basketball coaches said. In federal investigation.
Whoa. You're telling me church donations go to Clemson football? Not even. No,
I'm telling you, those are the reports.
I don't.
That's straight from a basketball coach who told an FBI investigator that that's what they were doing.
If it is, I would say that Swinney doesn't know about that. I mean, that's dirty. As much as I dog out Swinney,
again, Tom,
I don't think Swinney would know about that. I would say he wouldn't know about.
Kid, would you rather if it's about getting in the NFL, getting the exposure?
Yeah, Coach K didn't know either about Zion. That's all right.
Yeah, he doesn't know about any of that.
Hey, they don't know.
Coach K. I would say the character of Coach K is much worse than Swinney.
All right.
What
happens to
the town of Clemson, North Carolina, or Tuscaloosa, Alabama, if you weren't getting paid?
Clemson's close to Greenville. What are you talking about? It's nice.
It's
you got Clemson and you got that little Central that's right
But I'm
next
saying,
to it.
or I could go to
you don't
Florida.
know which town you're in.
The question is, why would you go to any school in South Carolina outside of Charleston?
If I would go to Florida.
Why would you go to Columbia?
Florida or Florida
You could go to Coastal Carolina and get Myrtle Beach University.
Yeah, Coastal Carolina, STD capital of the world. Yeah, come on.
Well, you can say there are ways to avoid that.
Hey, speaking of Coastal, they have more votes this week in the top 25 than NC State does, and NC State had votes, and I started laughing at that. Or should they be a top 25 team, Terry?
No.
And I saw the vote, and I'm serious. I'm not trolling them. I'm like, what are we doing here? Terry, you've not said they've been good all year.
No.
And then Coastal Carolina's got 25 votes.
But now I will say this. Last week's game, they had 2 defensive starters that come back, which they still have some injuries. We went to Pittsburgh and we beat them. People just like Tom said, Pittsburgh was maybe too high ranked. And maybe they were. But North Carolina State made the change from Hockman back to Leary. Leary was supposed to have been the starter from the day one, but he had the COVID call that put him out for 3 weeks. So when that did that, Hockman became the starter, and he beat Wake Forest. And then he started against Virginia Tech and was terrible. And they took him out, and Leary come in, and State made not much of a dent, but they looked better with him in there. Then last week, Leary took over and became the starter. Leary was supposed to be the starter from day one. It will help North Carolina State, but we're not a top 25, and we should not receive any votes.
Here's, Carolina beat Boston College by 4. Boston College has beaten Duke and your Texas State, whatever they are.
The Armadillos?
No, they're not the Armadillos. They're the Wildcats.
Bobcats or something.
Bobcats,
like that.
Hunter doesn't know that movie. He's not old enough.
So
to know
again,
that
Carolina
movie.
has beaten Terry, Syracuse, and Boston College in the 8th. Now,
Boston College just barely beat a Texas State
team by 3.
Yeah.
They beat Kathy
And
Ireland by
Carolina struggled with Boston College.
They blocked Kathy Ireland's field
They
goal.
blocked the Kathy Ireland field goal for the dub.
come on now.
Listen,
All right, so we got to do our picks, huh?
you play who you play. All right.
Carolina might have the easiest schedule
Welcome
in the
to
nation.
football.
But today we do got some top 25 matchups, believe it or not.
Bunch of top
All right,
25
Tom,
matchups.
let's do one at a time so we can get through this. We still got NFL
All
to
right,
get to.
all right.
Florida at Texas A&M.
Oh, I like Florida.
Terry, Virginia Tech at North Carolina.
Virginia Tech.
Carolina's favored by 3.
No, get him out of here.
Tom, Florida's favored by 5 on the road. Hunter, Missouri at LSU. Does Drinkowitz go 0-3?
Yeah, they go in 3. I like LSU.
I watched little Florida. Florida looks really solid.
Tom, Texas 22 at Oklahoma. Will anybody make a tackle?
Take the over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over. I like
It's
Texas.
the over-under is 72.
I guess I like. Where's the game being played?
Oklahoma.
It's
I'll
Red
take
River.
Oklahoma at home. Yeah.
Terry, Tennessee at Georgia.
There's no way, Georgia.
12.5 favorite for the Dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tennessee might be back.
We're gonna
Go
get. I want
If
to
they
see
were playing in Rocky Top, maybe
Go
have a
Dogs!
chance.
Hunter, Texas Tech at Iowa State.
I'm going to take the Cyclones. Give me Iowa State. It's at Iowa State.
Right. Tommy, SEC, your expertise. Razorbacks and Tigers of Auburn.
I don't know.
Auburn's
Arkansas got a big win this year.
They
beat
beat
Mississippi State.
They beat
Auburn's
Mississippi
favored by
State
14.
after that. Let's go. My friend Belinda Minnick listens to this show, and she's a big Razorback fan. So I'm just going to go with the gut. I'm just going to go with Arkansas.
That's a loss, Tom. I hate you did that.
Terry, number 7, Miami at number 1, Clemson. Clemson favored by 15.
They got a
Clemson
15.
wins by 20 or more.
Not so fast, my friend.
There you go.
Miami
Lee
might be
Corso.
back, even though I hate Miami.
Give me that duck head.
Even though I hate Miami.
Hunter, Alabama at Ole Miss.
I like Lane Kiffin
Bama
at Ole
favored by
Miss,
23.
but Alabama steamrolls Ole Miss. But I know that sounds weird saying this. They cover. I think they still win by 2 touchdowns, but that's not 23.
Tom, and finish it off, Terry, Florida State at Notre Dame.
I'm a fan of any team playing Florida State, but it's got to be Notre Dame, which I despise as well. So I'm just going to go with Notre Dame by 3 touchdowns at least.
All right, JP, you ready?
Florida State is
Don't
bad.
give us the finger today, okay?
I'm just
You
going
keep
to
that
turn the
bird
mic
in
on
its
when you're ready and
cage.
just talk from now
You
on.
keep that bird in its cage in there, JP. We'll be back in a minute on KTCBroadcasting.com.
You know, we always tell our kids that there's no such thing as a money tree. But did you know at Friendship Nissan in Forest City, we kind of do have a money tree? Our money tree gives a $500 better price on any new Nissan, and that's a $500 guarantee that we put in writing. We have no haggle clear choice pricing, the region's only non-commissioned sales force, and we have the only lifetime warranty with no time or mileage limits. So you see, at Friendship Nissan, we kind of do have a money tree, and we're located in Forest City.
Looking for a new car? Maybe a pre-owned car or truck, or maybe an SUV? Then let your fingers do the walking and go to whatsupshopper.com. Local dealers with local vehicles. You don't have to drive all over the country. Just click on whatsupshopper.com and take a look at the local selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and more from local dealers in Gaston, Cleveland, and Lincoln counties. Car shopping just got easier by going to whatsupshopper.com. Pick yours out today.
Hey Tiger fans, this year we celebrate the 125th season of Clemson football presented by Lending Tree. You can be part of the celebration either in the stadium or at home. Visit ClemsonTigers.com/125 season today. While you're there, you can vote for the top 125 players and the top teams in Clemson football history. Additionally, there will be feature stories and other content as we recognize this historical milestone. It's the 125th season of Clemson football presented by Lending
On
Tree.
the Boss, WHS in Shelby and WLON in Lincoln, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com. The big truck has arrived and backed up and unloaded big savings at This and That Trading Post in Dallas. This week, Maxall heavy-duty steel headache racks, just $58. Natural bamboo motherland sheets, $15. Hamilton Beach microwave ovens are $45. 24 packs of paper towels are $35.25. And 60-roll packs of toilet tissue, $35.25. This and That Trading Post has Call of Duty drones for $20, fireplace heaters $60, and fragrance lamps just $7.50. Plus, you'll find Halloween costumes and candy at This and That Trading Post, 3857 Dallas High Shoals Road, right across from the flea market. Like them on Facebook, too.
Tee it up in the shadows of beautiful Crowder's Mountain at Crowder's Mountain Golf Course. Play and ride 18 Monday through Friday for $28 and $25 after 2 p.m. On weekends and holidays, play and ride for $38 and $33 after 2 p.m. Monday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for $18, and seniors play and ride Monday through Friday for $25. For your tee time, call 704-734-0383 for Crowder's Mountain Golf Course.
For years, Hicks Go Forth at Carfair Auto Sales on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia has been providing our area with the finest in late model cars, trucks, and vans. And at Carfair Auto Sales in Gastonia, they feature on-the-lot financing. Come talk with Hicks about your next vehicle purchase. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturdays 8 till 2. Call 704-865-8024. Carfair Auto Sales, 1320 on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia.
And we're back with Tevin and the gang here on Saturday Morning Sports Talk.
Welcome back to the broadcast.
Kevin decided to go with a dog this time.
Yeah, it's doghouse time, JP.
Oh,
who left dogs out, JP?
Who let the dogs out?
Sing the rest of it.
No,
That's all.
there you go. Yeah, there you go, JP.
That's all I know.
Let's save that.
No, one more time. Terry didn't have his headphones on. JP.
Who let the dogs out? That's all I know.
I will give Terry's team some credit that every game it's like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. They get way behind and they come back. Hold
on, guys. Before we start and get into it, we have sound from last week from Terry.
Oh, yeah.
And bad predictions from Terry gone
Do
wrong.
not forget to mute that.
I'm working on it.
All right.
So here we go.
Or tomorrow's game between you two will be closer than you think.
It's going to be close. It's going to be high scoring.
I got 45.
I mean, it depends. If I'm Cleveland because I'm so.
Or tomorrow's game between you two will be closer than you think.
It's going to be close. It's going to be high scoring.
I got 45-28.
I mean, it depends. If I'm Cleveland because I'm so banged up, I'm going to use the running game and the tight ends for the short control passing game.
You're not
going to
run against Dallas.
Yeah, we are.
You're not
going to
run against Dallas.
We're going to run against Dallas. And the other thing.
It's not going to happen, Tom.
The other thing. Okay, whatever.
It sounds like
Mayfield is not going to be able to get away from Smith or none of them. He's already showed Russell Wilson that I can get to you. You're not that fast.
Can I talk, Mr. Trump? Okay. Now, what I think is that the Cleveland defensive front and Dallas's offensive line is banged up. Like, you're not thinking rationally here, Terry. That matchup goes to Cleveland. So if we can force Dallas into some short series and then control the game with our short passing game and our running game, y'all won't get 45
points. We score
points.
45 times.
Y'all are not going to get 45 points if
What
they
is
game
it?
plan
What
the
are you
way
averaging?
they're supposed to.
What are y'all averaging right now?
They're averaging
Probably
probably 30s.
Yeah.
In Cleveland, they scored 30 points 3 times this
Well, there's a
year.
lot of teams.
Excuse me, twice.
There are a lot
In
of
2 of the
teams
3 games
that
I
are
should
giving
say.
up 30.
So
Dak's having to pass the ball more because we're behind. He needs to be where we're ahead, and then he don't have to. Just hand it off.
So, Tom, if you're worried about the Browns' running game against Dallas,
Now Hunt is banged up, but he doesn't get most of the carries. Most of it's Chubb.
Dallas's vaunted run defense is 23rd in the league, giving up 128 yards a game.
It's just like you can't have a conversation with him because y'all won't run on us.
You want to talk
Why,
about?
Terry?
you're running up the middle.
Y'all
You're not
ain't
going
gonna
to
run
our
on us.
outside.
It doesn't make any sense.
Cleveland is 5th in run
Right.
defense.
But
All right, now so
They did
Terry,
run up the middle.
Comments.
Not on the outside. I don't know. I mean, I was so frustrated because here's Dallas. The game's tied 14-all. Then Dak fumbles. Short field position. Cleveland takes it in. Then on the very next play, Elliott fumbles on our side of the field. Cleveland gets the ball, takes it in. Next thing you know, a 14-14 tie turns into 28-14. Just like that. And all of a sudden, Dallas, here we are again playing from behind. The Dallas Cowboys, and I want y'all to listen to this, have played 4 games. Can you tell me the number of snaps that Dak has taken from the center in 4 games that Dallas had to lead.
Well, they had a 7-0 lead and a 14-7 lead in this game.
Was
it 7-0?
7 times.
Was it 7-0 Cleveland? Or
And Dallas has scored how many points?
Dallas scored first, didn't they?
Yeah,
A ton.
A ton.
We let up a
And
lot,
we
too.
have only took the snap 7 times when we had to lead.
Well, Terry, as far as your
That's terrible.
As far as your play calling goes,
No, here's our problem. When McCarthy jumps out here and going to give Mike Nolan, hey, buddy, come on over here. I'm paying you back for what you did for me.
Talked
Get
about that
me
Wednesday,
into
didn't we?
coaching. This is what this is all about.
Right, you're
I'm
exactly
going to give
right.
you a chance. And then them Nolan teams that he was on, one of them was ranked 24th, one of them was ranked 27th, and the other one was ranked 32nd.
Here's also your problem. You don't draft defense, Terry.
No, it's
You
not the
always-
point of that, Tom. We had a top defense last year in the NFL. For it to fall completely off the map this year with only a few guys taken away.
Yeah, Terry's right about the Nolan thing. He has.
He's terrible.
And he's the one that hired McCarthy. But the offensive play commentary. This is not what you want. Yeah, even with Romo in there, you don't want this. Prescott threw 58 balls and Zeke 12 carries.
Yeah.
Like, whether you get Zeke 30 carries, that's one thing, but you got to get him 20.
Dallas is a running team. It's not about the pass. That passing
Tyron
was
Smith's
supposed
out
to
now.
free up Zeke.
How could you say they're not a running team when Prescott's thrown for 400 yards?
When you're behind, you have to, Tom. You can't get back in the game.
That might change now. Tyron
Then
Smith's
all they
hurt.
do is draft
He's
wide
out.
receivers.
Tyron
He's done
Smith's
for
hurt
the
his neck,
season.
and he's done.
His
So
season's
that's your
done.
left. You've lost your center, and Terry, you know just as well as I do. That was a great center.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that might be the best center in football, and they lost him and your left tackle. So they used to have a good line. Now they don't. But all right, we got to get through the games.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you.
See, he
I
won't
will
say nothing
say
to me.
that.
He won't say nothing to
Thank
me.
you.
He won't
We're in
tell.
one for the
I'm not
first time
saying
in
that.
forever.
I'm not saying that to Kevin. I don't like
I don't
them
want you. I don't
bandwagon
want to be
jump on them
congratulated.
Brown.
All
But
want
I
you to
will
say,
say this:
I was right for 5 years.
9,430 days before y'all beat us again.
You know what? You know what I say to that? 6.
You know,
It's been 6. since
Dallas
you
had
beat us
won
in
a
6 days.
Super Bowl since the last time y'all beat
That's
us.
nice, but you ain't beat us in 6 days. I know that. Hunter, 5 years ago, I said I told y'all what was going to happen. I said Jerry Jones and his hot dog salesman. All he wants is a TV show. Jerry made so much money Sunday in that game. He had a great day. He sold some hot dogs. He don't care if they won. He don't. That's why Mike Nolan's your coach, and I'm wearing Cleveland Browns gear right now. It's because Jerry Jones would rather sell
I would
mustard
have
and
fired.
relish.
Where I would have done what Houston did when they got rid of O'Brien. Mike Nolan would no longer be a coach. I would have looked at McCarthy, and if Jerry
They're gonna have
Jones
to.
is the guy and he's doing all this stuff, he would have went right then to him and said, he's gone.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got to be.
He can't give up 30
He's
points a
gotta
game on
He's
defense.
They got the worst defense in football.
By far.
All right, let's do some picks, and we can kind of make some notes about the teams if we want. We got a few minutes on this, though, so instead of going team by team, let's do picks and talk about it. Tom, Panthers are not favored in Atlanta. Falcons by 1.
The Christian McCaffrey less. Is that a word?
They're 2-0
without
2-0 without McCaffrey.
2-0 without him.
0-2
And,
with him.
the Panthers are on the upswing. The Atlanta is a team that should be better than what they are.
Do you know that Mike Davis makes more money than Nick Chubb? The Panthers' backup running back is paid more than Nick Chubb.
Nick's going to get paid.
Right.
Yeah,
But
Nick's
right
gonna
now
get
he's getting $2.8 million and Kareem's getting 15.
Yeah, and Nick's going to get paid. But
I just hope he's healthy.
Atlanta at home.
Atlanta's at home. Falcons favored by 1.
And the coach down there, Quinn, isn't this basically win or get fired?
I would say so.
It's a wonder he didn't get
I
fired
don't know
last
if he's
week.
lost the locker room like Callahan did.
Said before should have been fired
because when
last
J.J.
year.
Watt says you're gone, J.J. Watt basically
Yeah.
fired Callahan. I don't know if Dan Quinn's in quite the same situation, but I think that the Panthers have kind of played above their heads. Rule's doing a good job. Nobody thought this team would be 2-2, especially when McCaffrey went down. But I think Atlanta finds a way to finally get it done, although it's close. I think it's close.
All right, Terry.
Well, after Tom went through all that, I'm taking Atlanta, and I don't need to say no more.
We talked Wednesday about it. Terry, you don't got any thoughts about Panthers? 2-0 without McCaffrey.
I mean, it's
and-
Carolina versus Atlanta. Go on to the next one.
Are you not saying that's not a marquee football game for you?
No.
Terry, the Panthers have as many wins almost as the NFC East.
Okay. Without McCaffrey. Think of that. 2-0 without him.
I'm gonna take Atlanta at home.
They better, hadn't they? They got.
But this is one of those moments where it's back against the wall for Atlanta. You have to.
All right, raise your hand. We'll make this one quick. Maybe raise your hand if you're taking the Raiders to beat the Chiefs. Didn't see any. Cardinals at Jets. Jets. Oh, this is the one with the.
Ah, there you went JP. He raised his hand. All right, JP.
Hey,
good
Cardinals
enough.
at Jets don't have.
I don't really care. So
Cardinals at Jets don't have a betting line on.
Yeah,
on this
because
right
there was
now.
a question whether or not he was going to play. The Jets had a positive test, but it came back. Nah, it was a false positive.
Did they delay that to Monday?
No, they're still expecting to
I do
play.
got Falcons win. Okay, I want to make my pick there. Cardinals at Jets. Tom, what you got?
I like the Cardinals. They've been my darling pick, even though they've lost a couple in a row and kind of disappointed me. One to the Panthers, who they should have beaten.
All right. Terry?
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Arizona.
Hunter?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Am I not allowed to add anything?
I don't know why Terry's being disrespectful today
He's got a sheet of spreads and everything.
Yeah,
Look at
it
this
said
guy.
Atlanta on my sheet -3.5.
When did you print this off?
Yeah, that ain't the point.
It is the point.
It is the point.
It's exactly the point.
Yeah, Vegas.
So I'm saying, how can you argue with that?
Vegas
How
is-
can you argue with the man that brings his own facts? He creates his facts.
Facts as in FAX. He brought his own facts.
What was it? What was it? Wasn't it Pence this week that said you can have your own opinion, you can't have your own facts?
Right.
I got my own.
Hunter, what you got? Cardinals and Jets.
The Cardinals, Jets are trying to get that #1 pick.
Guys, who's quarterbacking Sunday for the Jets?
I don't care if it's Joe Flacco.
Uh-oh.
Who does he have to throw
Oh,
to?
Joe Flacco's in the house, boys. Jets. 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 Pull
Wait a
off
minute.
their first
Darnold's not
victory.
playing?
He's hurt.
Oh,
Hurt.
He's not as good as Joe Flacco. That's the problem.
Hurt. This
Joe
is
Flacco
hurt.
is the backup quarterback.
Not anymore. Not when they win. Not when he wins 4 straight.
Jets ain't beating the Cardinals.
They're garbage. Eagles at Steelers. Pittsburgh by 7, Tom.
Yeah, the Eagles have not played well.
The
all
first
year.
place Eagles.
They beat San Francisco with a backup quarterback. Even though I hate Pittsburgh, I have to pick
Tom,
them.
it took 4 weeks for the Eagles to win a game, and they're in first.
I know.
But I'm going to tell you something.
4
though.
weeks.
This past week, if you watched them, Philadelphia will hit you on defense, buddy.
Yeah, they will. But I
They
mean,
hit hard. Good God Almighty.
They
God,
beat,
they
they
hit
beat
you.
the great Nick
But
Mullins.
now here you are. I'm with anybody else. I'm taking Pittsburgh to win since they're playing home.
Pittsburgh.
You would pick them at Philadelphia.
I probably would have.
Against this Philadelphia team, absolutely. I'm taking the Steelers.
I was about to say, y'all keep y'all's hands down for the Eagles on that one. Rams, I'll go Steelers too, is Rams at the Maryland football team.
This is their third East Coast game.
Rams favored by 7 in Maryland today. And Sunday.
Is Rivera coaching Washington?
Yes, and he's
Then
benched
I'm going with
Haskins.
the Rams.
He's benched Haskins, and now Alex Smith is the number 2 quarterback.
Yes, he is. But the Rams win.
I think Kyle Allen gets 4 games, see what he can do. Like Haskins got 4 games.
Yeah.
And then it's Alex Smith time.
I just hope he doesn't. For
They
his
can win the
sake.
East.
For his sake.
They
I
can win
hope
the
he
East.
doesn't.
That's why Alex Smith's getting ready. Ron Rivera's trying to win the East.
All you got to do is win 5 or 6 games.
Right. Alex
for
Smith
his
can do
sake,
that.
I hope he doesn't.
I'm not even picking that game.
So, Rams.
I'm not picking that game.
Come on, Hunter.
understand.
Come
You're
on. He
getting
don't want to do
paid.
it. He don't want to do
Pick
it.
the game.
The
You're
Rams.
getting a check.
Give me the
You could
Rams.
just
Pick the
say.
game.
You could just
Hey,
say.
hold his check.
Give me the Rams.
Hold the check.
Give me the
All
Rams.
right, Tom. Bengals at Ravens. Ravens by 12.
Oh, I like
13.
Joe Burrow, but I'm going with the Ravens.
He's checking his spread over
Baltimore
here.
wins easy.
Terry, that spread's not right.
Terry keeps looking at his, like you said, Pittsburgh 7.
But,
He said, yep,
guys,
7.
guys, Lamar Jackson is a little banged up, Terry. He is a little banged up.
He's
Found out what
participated
happens
in
to
practice
Louisville when
fully
he's not
Friday.
around.
Doesn't everybody
but
at
he
this
might-
table have as many playoff wins as Lamar Jackson?
But a guy with his style, banged up knee.
What?
I think that's what it is. I can't remember if it's a knee or hamstring, something, but that hurts his style.
Okay, anyway. Hold on. Then we've got, let's see. I hit the scoreboard. Jaguars at Texans.
Jags.
Jaguars to like
Texans
the Jaguars.
favored by
Texans
5.5.
are in a tailspin.
Well, did you have something for Bill O'Brien there, Tom?
Do what?
Did you have something for Bill O'Brien there?
No, they're just in a.
I'm taking the Jags.
I didn't realize how bad it was. I mean, I knew that he had made some bonehead moves, but I didn't realize how bad the locker room was. Yeah.
It's lost.
We've got Dolphins at 49ers. 49ers by 9.
Jimmy Garoppolo is back.
Yeah, I like San Francisco.
by 9. That's the pick.
Yep.
Colts at Browns even in Cleveland.
Yes, it is. Dead even.
Give me Indianapolis. I take defense. The Indianapolis
They got
got
some
the
guys
number one
nicked
defense.
up on defense. I like the Browns at home.
I'm going to take the Browns. All right, the next one, the Giants at Dallas, and the Giants. This can't be right. That's how old mine is right now. The Giants by 10.
The Giants were a 10-point favorite?
Yes.
What?
On my sheet.
Terry, your cheat. Your sheet is wrong.
Dallas by 8.5.
See, his is wrong.
I think Dallas, the hapless Cowboys, find some happiness.
Terry, you better not be betting people on whatever sheet you got over there.
I win. That's all.
Well, if he's the bookie, he can make the line.
Did the Giants get their first win?
The hapless.
Oh, you got to
Cowboys
remember the
will
Giants win in Dallas, and I hate it.
All the
But I
time.
don't want them to win this week. But I'm taking Dallas.
If they lose to the Giants, McCarthy might get
Giants
fired.
uniforms bother me.
I think the whole group needs to be.
Yeah.
They're big blue and they're red.
Oh,
Their name is Big Blue, but their white jerseys are all red.
Yeah,
and their socks are red. That drives me crazy. My brother-in-law is a Giants fan. I was giving him some grief about
The
that.
Giants
this
are
weekend.
fighting for that first overall pick, too.
Vikings at Seahawks, Tommy. Well, think about this real quick. The Giants, what if they missed on Daniel Jones and then Barkley's done with his injuries?
Ooh.
I mean, they're done for 5-10 years.
Yeah, they
again.
are. You're exactly right.
I mean,
Is
you miss on a
Barkley's
quarterback
injury
and
that bad?
I don't know, but you just never know with running backs.
It's a knee injury.
Well, they just let him go and trade him and just
It's
draft
his
the guy sometime.
ACL, I
Yeah, I just don't know. I'm not.
Not everybody comes off of that the same.
Vikings at Seahawks. Seahawks by 7.
Seahawks always find a way to win.
Oh, yeah.
But I tell you what, this will be close, though,
Yeah, I
because
think
they
it
can't
will.
stop anybody.
Broncos
Yeah, go ahead.
at Patriots.
Is
Cam has
still
not
got
practiced.
the corona?
He is not
No, they
practiced.
said he came back yesterday. I
Did
think I
he?
just saw something a minute ago
But the
about
Broncos
it.
are
Give me a
just
sec.
awful. I think New England's going to find a way to win.
Yeah, New England.
I did see his name something about practice, Hunter. I thought it was.
I
that
thought
he'd
it was.
come back.
I thought that it
I'll check
wasn't
just to make
that
sure.
and
Denver's too many injuries.
That and Stephon Gilmore has the COVID.
Saints
too many
favored by 8.5 at home versus the Chargers.
Yeah, they'll beat the Chargers.
Oh, wait a minute. Drew Brees is washed up. No, I'm going with
Yeah,
the-
he is.
I'm going with New Orleans.
He is, but he's playing at home against a rookie, so I'll give it to him this week. They'll win this week.
Hunter, just stop.
Nope. I will not.
Herbert was named the starter for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. I think they said also that Tyrod's got a certain period. He's got lawyers right now. They
About his issues. That's not
because that's one
that's
of the
not
things.
on the field.
That's one of the things they've been talking about. Really, is they always said you can't lose your job to injury. Well, he didn't necessarily get injured on his own. This was This was doctor implemented,
It's
and so
pros.
he's gonna have a grievance.
It's the professional football best guy plays.
Yeah,
This
right.
is not
Yes,
the YMCA.
you're right. You're right. But he has a grievance.
Bills at Titans. I don't have a spread on it yet.
Yes, because they're still they moved that game to Tuesday.
You don't know
One
who's
reporter
playing.
said the punishment for the Titans should be they don't get to play for the rest of the year.
It's so people are so stupid.
Yeah,
people
but-
have lost their minds.
But I think it's going to be draft picks. I think they're going to punish them with at least one, maybe two, because they supposedly
For
they've
getting
just
sick.
ignored all the protocols.
Then the NFL had to resend out protocols and said we're going to start fining and stuff like if you don't
Draft
follow.
picks. Draft
Yeah,
picks.
So
That's what really
to me,
That's like
and,
wearing
but,
your face
but
mask.
even if Tennessee had everybody,
But again,
I don't care.
Let's be
Bills by
specific.
100.
Let's be specific, guys. 22 grown men covered in sweat and blood and tears can run into each other face first for 3 hours.
Yeah, but
if a coach says, ref, hey, and doesn't cover his face mask, they lose a draft pick. Let's think about that. Let's think about how silly we are. We can tackle each other, and that's not a problem. But I can't talk to you 6 feet away without
it's
having
more
a mouth
of a
covered.
coach is setting the example thing.
Exactly.
That's
Oh,
more
well,
what
poor
it-
guy.
I'm
let's
fine
set an
with them. I'm
example.
fine with them fining coaches. I'm not fine with them taking draft picks. Now, on the other hand,
What if your team
it's,
sucks?
If,
I was
the
just
other
letting-
hand,
I knew I was
if-
getting fired. I would
I'm just
keep your
talking
mask off
about
and
if they see them
take
on
my draft
television with them not wearing the screen. That's when they get fined. But if they're just not listening to any of the protocols that they have while they're at their own training facilities, that's on them. So yeah, take a draft pick. Like that's your fault. That's your fault. So we're gonna fault you, not everybody else. We're faulting you, the organization as a whole.
All right, Hunter.
Yeah.
But Bills by 100 doesn't matter.
Heat and 7.
No.
I've been saying it.
No.
Jimmy Butler is a warrior.
Jimmy
I'm just gonna go ahead
Butler.
and tell you, he is a warrior.
Jimmy Butler had a 48-second rest last night. He played that
and you know
long.
what? And you know what? He doesn't cry like LeBron James.
No, he doesn't.
Terry,
LeBron
my
James
question-
cries the entire game, and I can't stand it. That's
He's
why
got Anthony Davis doing it now.
Yeah,
Terry, my question for you
He'd
is,
cry
here's what
every play.
here's what I think what's going on. I think the past 2 games, LeBron's trying to win Finals MVP. I think he's went out and said Anthony Davis was dominating the first couple of games. He's went out and said, I've got to win this Finals MVP. I can't have that on. There was nobody else win Finals MVP besides Michael. They talk about Scotty all they want. He didn't win no damn Finals MVP. So that's what I think he's been doing and not been playing team ball. But Terry, if you're the greatest player of all time, down 1, 10 seconds in the ball game, do you take the shot or do you kick it out to Danny Green? To win your 4th Finals, it's on the line. You drive to the lane, down 1, you could have got fouled and hit a free throw or 2.
There was a ball player last night on Twitter.
Kick it out to Danny Green and then make all the Lakers fans hate Danny Green for missing the shot.
There was a ball player on Twitter last night came out and said, if you question that pass, then you don't know basketball. And I'm sitting here saying, well, I guess I don't know basketball.
Who cares?
Because
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait
about
a minute.
He was triple teamed and Green was wide open.
Well,
Who
you
cares?
have to sit back and realize.
Down 1.
Kobe would have said, who cares?
No, now listen now.
He didn't need a 3.
We
either.
also
No,
know
he
when
didn't.
Michael played, Michael made Steve Kerr become famous. He made Paxson become
Yeah,
famous
he did.
because he told them, you get open because they're going to come and get me, and I'm giving it to you.
Horace Grant passed it to Steve Paxson,
You know what I'm saying?
not Michael Jordan.
Well,
That's a fun story that everybody likes to tell, but Horace Grant threw the pass to John Paxson.
but my whole deal
Somebody else has got to step up.
is if this was game 7,
down 1. This ain't like this is middle of the game and you're kicking out to the open man. You're down 1 with the game on the line. And you're again, I make the joke all the time. In Space Jam 2, Hunter,
it doesn't matter.
Will LeBron drive to the lane and kick it out to Porky Pig in the corner?
I'm
the
thinking,
greatest ever.
Doesn't
Listen,
matter now.
Green
now,
probably
Tom.
had a chance to drive to the basket, though.
Did you see how much space he had?
That's what
Terry,
I was saying.
I'm not talking about John Stockton making the right play. I'm not talking about Kemba Walker passing it to the open man. I'm talking about you tell me you're the GOAT. You tell me you're the greatest. You're down 1. You take it to the rack. You take the shot.
I don't
you
think
get
it matters
fouled
right now.
and go and don't kick it out to Porky Pig setting out the 3-point line.
I absolutely don't think it matters right now because even if they get beat, what is it? 3-2. I still got 2 more chances.
Right.
In
That's what I'm
game
saying. Why wouldn't
7,
you just take it?
I'm taking the last shot. In this game, you knock it down, we win, you become famous. About like
Let me
Robert
give it to
Horry.
Yeah, but listen, that didn't go the Lakers' way though, or else they wouldn't have made the game decision to switch over to the
Robert
black
Horry
Mamba jerseys that they
become-
haven't lost in.
I hate those jerseys, by the way.
Robert Horry become famous on account of he would knock down big shots.
It just doesn't even look like the Lakers in those jerseys. I mean, it just.
I like them just because I think they look good. But it's like at the same time, it's like they went into that game. I know you're saying he was probably thinking we got 2 more opportunities. They went into that game last night saying we're putting this away. We haven't lost in these Kobe jerseys.
Oh, I agree. They
All
was
right,
wanting
we're
it.
better win it when you can.
Come on now, but I will say this: if
I've
this
never
series
seen
does
anything like
anything, to me, it's not going to change in my mind what I think of LeBron. I think he's a top 5 player of all time, but I'm still not putting him above Michael Jordan.
No,
that's
he's
just
not.
me.
He's not gonna be.
That's anybody can look at that how it is. But this series has told to me I need to show some more respect to Jimmy Butler because my God,
He's a warrior.
he's out there.
He's just a warrior.
He's been
He
a
really
good.
is.
He's been a good player, but never like we sat here earlier this week and said who would our top 10 players in the NBA be right now, just to see who LeBron has beat, and we didn't even put Jimmy Butler in there. And now I'm sitting here thinking, I mean, if you talk about just he can't shoot the 3 really well, but over total package, offense and defense.
And I love
He
that about him
understands
because
the
he
game.
he doesn't feel like he has to shoot a
No.
3 every time he touches
No.
it like everybody else in
Right.
the NBA.
He likes the mid-range
And I
jumper.
want you to think about that too. They won by 2 points last night. No, was 3.
Yeah.
However much it was. And LeBron James was hot from the 3-point line. He couldn't miss from the 3-point line.
Can't hit a free
Is it-
throw.
No, you're right.
I'm glad you brought that up.
He
Ladies
can't
and
hit
gentlemen,
a
boys
free
and girls,
throw.
you ready for this? The Lakers last night lost by 3. How many free throws did they miss?
Probably 8 or 9.
3.
Oh, they only missed 3.
They
And
missed the free
LeBron
throws.
missed them all.
He missed 2 of them.
You know how many free throws Jimmy Butler missed?
Time out.
0.
Again, they only missed 1 as a team.
Yeah.
So again, the self-proclaimed GOAT missed the most free throws on his team and lost by 3, and he kicked it out with a chance to shoot free throws down by 1 to Porky Pig at the 3.
But Green would have gotten fouled if he would have just taken it to the basket.
Yeah, and Green's going to take a 3. He's not going to go
All
to the
LeBron's got to do
hole.
is get fouled and get 1 free throw.
Everybody
All he needs to make
knows
is
that
1.
Green's not going to take the ball and go to the hole.
Right.
He never
That's
does.
not his
So
game.
LeBron chose to take a 35% chance that Porky Pig will hit a 3 as opposed to I'm going to go to the line and hit 1 free throw.
He could have dribbled twice and dunked it.
Oh,
Danny?
probably could.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
he's not going to
Kyle
do
Lowry
it.
said he can't jump
There
anymore.
was so much.
That's what he told me.
There was so much space for Danny Green. He probably thought it was just shooting.
He could have dribbled twice and dunked it or got fouled. I don't know what that kid was thinking.
All right, guys.
I was
Any
like,
other news or notes from this
No.
week?
No.
Any comments or anything? Well, enjoy racing this weekend, folks. I promise you, if you want to watch a fun race, watch it tomorrow. If you can't watch it, listen to it. The radio broadcasts are just outstanding as far as the races go. Next year they're adding Clint Boyer, of course, the TV ones, but like you learn so much during racing broadcasts, whether it's radio or the TV. I can't recommend it enough. We've got Carolina Panthers tomorrow. Atlanta Braves, is it Monday?
Yes. They were playing Monday.
for Braves.
Monday through Sunday.
What
7
time
straight
Monday?
days.
I think it's like 8.
Okay, so it's not.
If
Oh yeah, you're
necessary.
getting to play LA, so you get to play past 2:00. Congratulations, Hunter. Welcome to the prime time baseball.
Exactly.
Have y'all played at night this year?
No. We've
Just odd all year.
in both series we have had the first game.
Okay. All right, guys. JP, you ready?
They hate us.
Are you ready in there?
Yes, I am.
They can't hear it, Kevin. They don't have the simple phone turned on.
Hit it. I still got to mute Jay.